What is up, everybody? Welcome to Friday night's Cantina Social Hour. It is great to see you. It is great to be here. I'm very, 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 very excited about tonight. I know we've been talking about doing this for some time and that this show is coming. Here it is. So welcome, all those who are tuning in. Thank you for being here tonight with us on the Victoria's Cantina Social Hour live stream. Tonight is September 20th. Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, and I'm pretty proud because we got started pretty quickly. We weren't like super late like normal. So hello, welcome. All right, you guys, let's see who's in the house, and then we'll talk about what tonight's topics are, and then we'll talk about who tonight's guests are. So let's see who is in the house with us thus far this evening. I'm very excited to see who is here. We got Dodgson in the house. Hey, Dodgson, how's it going? Dodgson says he is vengeance. Absolutely. You are, Dodgson. We know that you are. You don't even have to hide it. We know that you are. Adam, how's it going? Adam is like, he's kind of something like, in the case of tonight, he's kind of like Alfred, I would say. He's kind of like, he's talking to us behind the scenes. He's filling us in on what's going on. He's taking care of things. So thank you, Adam, for keeping up with the chat here. We really appreciate you as always. Very nice. Let's see here. We got Pico B1. Hey, Chad, how's it going? Good to see you. Hello there. Happy Friday to you. We've got Britt. Hey, Britt. Good to see you. Welcome to the show this evening. William, how's it going, William? Good to see you as well. We got Rick in the house. Hey, Rick. What's up? Good to see you. Paul's with us. Hey, Paul. How are you doing? Welcome. We got Nicholas in the house tonight. Nicholas, how are you doing? We got Mary. Hey, Mary, how's it going? Good to see you. As always, thank you for being here tonight. Toying around. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you in the house with us tonight. Toy Binging is with us. How are you doing? Good to see you. We got Alison. Awesome. We are off to a nice start here. And we got Darth Venom. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Cool. Well, you guys, we're not going to waste any time because we have a lot of things to talk about, and I am stoked. I've been wanting to do this show for a long time. The audio for this show is also being recorded for Cantina Social Hour, so it is being it will be on the podcast for Cantina Chatter podcast. Very soon. So, all right, we are going to go ahead and see what we're going to be talking about tonight. Deep Space Niner, how's it going? Howdy to you. All right, guys. So, as you know, as you saw from the thumbnail, the theme of this show is Batman. This is the 35th anniversary of the Tim Burton Batman show. This is the 85th anniversary of Batman. And there's some new toys to talk about that were just dropped this week that I am excited about. And of course, even though I'm super, super, super pumped about those, I'm especially excited for the old stuff, the retro stuff, the vintage stuff. I guess it's vintage at this point. That was out back in the good old days. So we're going to talk about all of it. I got a fantastic panel. So we're going to go ahead and get things started here. But if you're just tuning in, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get things started here. Where the fun begins. All right. We got one heck of a panel for you guys tonight. You're going to be entertained and good stuff here. All right. Returning to Cantina Social Hour for maybe the third-ish time. Back again, we got the one and only Jason, WorkMoreOrLess. Jason, how's it going?
YouTuber, right? Yeah. I see you, Kevin. How's it going?
Good. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Yeah. All right. And returning again to Cantina Social Hour since the big Cantina HasLab in which we had him on a special episode previously. We got Ryan Doell with us. Hey, Ryan, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great. I'm happy to be here. So stoked to talk about Batman. There's so much Batman news this week, even regarding like 89 and everything else, the anniversary, Batman Day tomorrow. I'm stoked.
It's perfect.
I know our timing is just perfect. Yeah. Thank you guys for being here. And joining us for the very first time, we got Blaine, aka Blainer Things. Blaine, how's it going?
Hi. I don't know how to be as excited as everybody. That was like, how do I trump that or top that? But yeah, thank you for having me. This is exciting. I love
Yeah,
Batman.
no, I'm super excited that you're here, and I know we're all really passionate about the Kenner Batman and the Toy Biz Batman toy lines, and I think this is the right panel to have on tonight to be talking about this topic. So Blaine, this is your first time on the show, and anytime we bring someone on for the first time, I like to just kind of get a little bit of an introduction. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Sure. So my name is Blaine, obviously, Blainer Things on social, and I am a brand manager and toy designer for the action figure company NECA, National Entertainment Collectible Association.
Awesome. Well, it's great to have you. Thank you for being here. Thank all of you again for joining tonight. And yeah, you guys, I'm pumped. And this is my first, today I got off for fall breaks. I have 2 weeks off. So I'm immersed. I'm immersed in the moment. I am hyped about getting my shelves reworked a little bit over the break and getting some new stuff on the shelves. And yeah, so good times here. Cool. All right. A few other folks joining in. Who's this guy here? His name looks familiar.
I logged into the wrong. I'm on an older computer. I realized it's logged into my Invisible Element, which is my personal business that I do. So yeah, but that's me. So
right on.
Yeah.
Jeffrey's with us. How's it going? Good to see you again. Luis, how's it going? Mechanize is with us. Awesome. All right. Well, I guess let's get things started. So I have a little bit of a flashback that I'm going to show everybody here. I found this just a few moments ago, and I thought, hey, I need to show this during the show. So go and take a look at this, and afterward, you guys can let me know if you remember this from any time in the past.
Tell me, how does a man dressed like a bat get all the attention?
With my incredible wall scalers, Joker won't be laughing for long.
How special!
And don't forget my crime attack batarang. Fire!
Isn't that swell?
Now let's really stop your smile. Iron Witch into action. You're finished, Joker.
I just wanted a little attention.
The Dark Knight collection, each sold separately. Batman, the legend lives on.
So good.
So good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's a great way to teach.
And
The music
that
was
commercial is why those two Batman toys are my favorite too.
Nice.
Love it.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right? It's the
That'd be wild.
Skywinch Batman, right? The
Iron Winch and Crime Attack.
Yeah.
right. It's,
Yeah.
hmm
right.
There we go.
I'm not going to touch mine because then I'll have domino effect on the wall.
Oh no. Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah. I love this one. Just the blue.
Yeah, good one.
The cool. I mean, we're going to get into it, but they're just. If we're talking about modern, how companies have to be smart with their tooling, and having this Batman figure be represented in so many different colors, but it still worked. As a kid, you're like, give me all the colors. Give me jungle. What was it? Jungle. I forgot one. I didn't have that one as a kid, but I'm looking at it on Mercari and eBay, going back and buying ones I didn't have and stuff. But so
Kenner
good.
definitely invented the shared form factor
Yeah.
for toy companies.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hands down. I guess Barbie as well, sharing a buck, but
True.
You could tell that they perfected it. They did it with Batman, and they were like, hey, we could actually, instead of sculpting new Ghostbusters every year, we can do Power Pack heroes and slimed heroes and ecto glows and all use that same original mold.
Yep.
And it worked.
And it
they
worked.
were doing cross IP, the Robin Hood Woodland Village was the same as the Ewok Village.
Yeah.
And Waterworld shared some Robin Hood because they were both Kevin Costner. The Batman Dark Knight collection, the Skyjet, was Silverhawk's toy.
That's right.
Yep.
It's
Sorry.
smart. It works.
That's my nerding. Is
Remember the blaster on the back, the Bat Blaster is basically a stormtrooper rifle.
The Sonic Disruptor or Sonic something. Because Batman doesn't have guns.
Let's see.
That's right.
Yeah.
I
It
think
was
it's
like a
the,
full size.
the
Am I-
sonic
did I get it?
neutralizer.
Yes, the sonic neutralizer.
That's impressive, Blaine.
I try.
You got the catalog too, man. You're
Yeah, I got the Kenner 1991 Toy Fair catalog. No,
Oh,
that's awesome.
He's
that's my
prepared.
flex.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm
That is
catalogs
ready.
in Batman 89. I don't know age wise, but do you remember? So I had the VHS of Batman 89, and before the movie started, it was
Bugs.
yes, with the Warner Brothers catalog.
Yeah.
You can get your
The
Warner
Warner Brothers-
Brothers baseball cap and your
Yeah.
Warner Brothers t-shirt and your Warner Brothers tie. Not that tie.
it is so expensive, that catalog. I have been trying to find one,
Really?
and
I don't think I've
it
ever
is
had it.
expensive.
That's amazing.
And then
How
the
much did that one
the
bring you back?
VHS had the also the Diet Coke commercial, and then it had like the can with the cape.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alfred, right?
Yeah.
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 mm.
Man, it's good stuff. It's funny. I remember. So I was born in '81, so I was 8 when it came, like to theaters, and then my brother is 6 years younger than me, so he was like 2, and so he wanted. I mean, mostly because you see like all the cool Batman toys when you're a kid, and so even like being 2, like he was interested in Batman, and so he ended up getting like for that Christmas. It like we got pretty much every Batman Kenner like Batman toy that was out, even like first wave or whatever it was, and then like the Batmobile, and he got the movie, and I don't think we'd actually seen it at that point, and realized like, oh yeah, he's like 3 years old, and this is like a rated R movie, and wasn't it? I think it was rated R or PG-13.
It was PG-13, but
PG-13, yeah, but also just like
But it was
It
dark
was-
for back then.
how being like dark, and it was just kind of funny, like thinking back on it, like
Yeah.
that's what my brother wanted for Christmas. That's what he got.
Yeah. Good
Did-
stuff. Yeah, we're gonna dive into the whole Toy Biz Kenner Batman
Awesome.
in just a bit. We're gonna start off with brand new items that have been in the news. So I guess I guess we'll go for the most recent thing. So Mesco, they do their 5-point series, and they've done a couple of Batman things before. They did Batman 66. It was a big set that came with a bunch of figures and the Batmobile. And then they did the animated series version where you could get the Batmobile separate and the figures, like a set of 3 of the figures. Well, now they're continuing it. I guess it's selling pretty well, which is great. They're continuing it now by doing a 5-point series for Batman 89. And they're kicking things off with a Toy Biz inspired line of 3 figures, which is great. I mean, they could have done Kenner, but I really like that they sprung a little bit further back and went for the for Toy Biz. And it is what it says, right? They're 5 POA figures. You get a set of these 3 right here, so it's okay. All right, motorcycle. You get Joker, you get Batman, and you get Bob the Goon, and they're 5 POA, but they're actually really detailed. And it's one of the great things I think they do with the 5 POA collection is, even though they're limited, the articulation is quite limited. Like they pack in some accessories, and they do a good job bringing you a quality product where you're not too concerned about QC and things like that, like a mass marketed item. I was excited when I saw these. It was just one of those things like yeah, like of course, like this is the perfect time to do something like this. And Blaine, you actually sent this to me, and I hadn't seen it quite before that. So thank you for sending it to me, because it really got me even more pumped for tonight.
Yeah, I went crazy and sent it to like everyone. I posted it in my stories. I'm all in. It comes with a Batmobile. I like dove deep. The Batmobile has a shield attachment. Bob the Goon, you can actually swap out parts to turn him from Bob the Goon to Swordsman the Goon, and like different head, different arms, swords. So I'm all in. This is great.
That's pretty
Okay.
awesome. I love the card backs too. I mean, I think at this point we've talked about it quite a lot, just separate conversations, but it is cool that we've got kind of the retro card back. But then like new artwork, kind of modernized figures like you were talking about, Victoria. But there's something about that where it's like I want to get these, but then I also want to buy another set so then I can open them up and
Mhm.
play with them too. So then you're in like
You need extra
$120.
goons now too.
Yeah, make an army
more
of
bots.
goons.
Yes.
And then if you want Batman in the Batmobile, then you'll need another Batman to put in there. Yeah, I love the packaging. I think they did a really nice job. The front and the back really replicate that Toy Biz Batman look.
Mhm.
Batman, he comes with interchangeable arms, so you can have him more in like a punching pose or more in just a more neutral position. He's got his Batarang. He's got his grapnel gun, which is exactly what the Toy Biz version came with back in the day. Yeah, I mean, he looks good. I mean, just from the pictures here, the sculpting is spot on. Like this is I wish like a lot of the what we've seen with like the 6-inch figures or 7-inch figures looked quite this crisp in the sculpting and in terms of the accuracy. This is really, really, really nice.
And these are what, 4 inches, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, 3 3/4. Yeah, Joker's got an interchangeable arm. He's got his
I think
bullhorn, cane,
the
interchangeable head.
interchangeable arms is a nice touch.
Mhm.
So you've got some options. That's nice.
Clever.
Yeah.
Very clever.
Yeah, that way he can hold his bullhorn, not his gun, his bullhorn. Or the cane. But yeah, no, that's just fun. I mean, it looks like the Toy Biz like version of the figure.
Mhm.
Really nice paint too, I would say, like the coloring, like the orange shirt and the teal, and then even like the flower looks really nicely painted on this photo.
Yeah, this looks really good.
Yeah, and there's
That's
Bob the
brilliant.
Goo.
Yeah,
That's
this is
brilliant.
the winner of the set.
Mhm.
No offense to Batman and Joker, but this is like
This way.
this is some dream figure stuff right here, like modernized. Like I feel like a lot of us have been waiting for this. Like even when
Oh yeah.
Mattel had the DC license,
Mhm.
I was very much like, just make some Batman movie stuff. And though they did some awesome stuff with DC Universe, which are like they just kind of modernized superpowers, which was amazing. But I still was like, how come nobody makes Bobs and Catwomans and Danny DeVito Penguins anymore? And I know that we got like the smaller ones, like because they also did a 3/4 inch scale Batman line with like Arkham Knight or not Arkham Knight, but just the Arkham series and Origins, and they did some movie stuff and a Christopher Reeve Superman, but it was like, come on, let's get a little bigger.
Mhm.
Yep.
I had wished that they did Bob the Goon when one of the last waves of DC Multiverse, they did these, and it was like the
Right.
callback to the Toy Biz Batman 89 and Joker,
Yeah.
and they were so good, and they were like, collector versions of the old toys, obviously, so that's why I got them. But yeah, I was really hoping we'd get a Bob next, and then I think that was like Mattel's last year with them.
I will say, remember the Blaine and I talk about Batman a lot. So, but the Alfred that Mattel did, like towards the end of the run,
I'm looking at it from across I didn't bring too many non-Kenner things over.
wasn't it 5 different heads, Blaine, or something? 4,
3
4. Yeah,
Four.
it was Alfred from the Burton Schumachers. It was 66 Alfred. It was comic Alfred, and then it was this like bald, mutant-looking bad guy head.
That's right.
Not familiar with from the comics, but then like a tray, a Batman cowl that he could hold. Oh, it's everything. The likenesses are spot on. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Love that figure.
I remember people used to say like the the alternate head here, like that it was like Tim Burton cameo. I mean, it wasn't. It's just one of those. It was one of those internet things like a long time ago. But I mean, I love that he's got the camera. That's fun. Yeah, and I mean the arms, like that's just a really nice touch. But yeah, I mean, you would definitely want multiples, I guess, to kind of build out your goons.
But they are doing another wave of Batman animated series, I think, in 5 Point. So if this one does well, I am hoping, because people are already saying, where the hell's Vicky in the chat? And it's just like, I get that. We do need a Vicky Vale, but I would love some more goons, like even all of them as the mimes. Like just
yes.
There's a lot there.
Yeah, I mean, they've never done that figure. Like, I don't think anybody's ever done it, but this would be the platform to do it, right? Because It's kind of like I think
Oh,
of like the Star Wars retro collection, right? Where they would do like Tarkin or just like unmade like characters. Like that would be, I think, a really neat one to see like on this packaging.
For sure.
yeah. And if they're gonna do more vehicles, they should do a deluxe Joker parade float.
Where's my? I have my Toy Biz Joker mobile.
Nice.
Oh, you got that? Yeah, that's a good one. I've been trying to find one of those myself.
That's cool.
It is. Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think it came with like a mini vehicle that would pop out the back. I don't have that. But like it's got the flip up and everything. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's
I love
awesome.
that somebody went out of their way, like in Joker's gang, and was like, "I'm gonna paint the Joker on
Yes.
the side of the van," and ha ha ha. Like I love that.
Mind.
Yeah, it
love
was the
that
same
thing.
guy that
Yeah.
did the helicopter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The helicopter would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, this is really neat. This kind of made my collecting day, I guess.
Same.
Yeah, these are just fun. I can't wait. So this set, April 2025 is the estimate, $59.99 for the 3 figures. Again, it is pricey for our figures with such limited articulation, but it's about the packaging too. It's about the quality of the products themselves and the accuracy in the sculpting. And I am totally good with them.
I mean, I think we're used to paying that for like even Super 7 and the reactions. They're like $20. So it is like you were saying, it's not just about the figure, but it's about the presentation. And I think it's also like where the value comes in. But I mean, do I wish they were cheaper so you could buy more? Then yes, but I get it. I think the whole package, literally, figuratively, like,
And they're lower runs. They're not.
Yeah.
At least my assumption, they're not producing as much, and that's why the cost is higher. So you're also looking at owning a limited edition, and if you're worried about like price or whatever, those are the kinds of collections that go up in value.
Yep.
Does anyone else own any 5 points? Because I own the Superman Flesher Studios set.
Yeah, I have the classic Batman TV series set. The animated series I did order, but those haven't shipped yet.
Yeah. I've considered getting the animated ones, but it adds up real quick because as soon as I get the main characters, second wave, like you were saying, coming, like, man.
Yeah.
It's not real fast.
It's a slippery slope.
And part of it too, like some of the stuff that I've been enjoying collecting this year has been going back and buying like original figures. And because a lot of those we ended up just over time, like we would sell like or give away parts of our collection. So it's nice to go back and some of these are fairly new acquisitions, even though I had most of them. I've been enjoying like going back and picking up original toys lately, but
I've been doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I've caught myself doing the exact same thing just because I don't know. I find that there's a lot of modern stuff out there, DC and even Batman wise, that's not necessarily speaking to me outside of the new Superpowers line. So I'm finding myself going back and doing the exact same thing. And like now it's, and then I feel like I've got everything DC and like Batman animated, because like when DC directed the animated line, I went head first down that slope.
Oh yeah.
And I was
good.
And it's a great line. It's the centerpiece of my collection
for it.
Yeah, like it's so good. So this
looks amazing.
I don't know. I would love more stuff like this. I got a question about this Batmobile. I don't know the answer to this. This will make or break it for me. Is this a 2-seater?
Ooh, good question. Let's see. Maybe there's some photos we'll get lucky enough to have here that show us the inside. Nope.
Yeah.
Because that's a make or break. I'm tired of one-seated 89 Batmobiles.
My Spin Master one here is a 1-seater, but it is a really great like the sculpt is really good,
Right.
Yeah.
But I do agree it's a 1-seater. I don't think we're ever getting a Spin Master Vicky Vale, but I don't know. Hopefully,
I hope so.
But these are so good because they're cheap. Victoria, you just sent me over the Batwing back in stock. It was $20. Talk about nostalgia. I felt like it was 1992 again, and I was
Yep.
buying the Batwing with a Batman for $20.
Unreal.
That's cool.
And it's so good. It is such a good toy.
Did you all see the release? It was a few weeks ago, but Super 7, they've got a Batmobile Cyborg, and it's kind of similar. It's pricier, but it's cool because it's intended to, like, you can remove panels and see like the engine and like the guns.
It
that
is
are, like,
a two-seater.
It is a two-seater as well. That's what it reminded me of.
I had
The make or break.
Kyle on my other show, Gotham City Tonight, and he did confirm you can fit the Kenner figures in that Batmobile.
Oh, that's pretty rad.
Oh, Kyle, how I love thee.
Yeah. Kyle for the
brilliant.
save. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. No, this is
Okay,
this
there
is
was
neat.
my make or break. Now I'm buying the Batmobile Cyborg.
Yeah.
I am too. I've been preaching about two-seaters. It's like Victoria and the Cantina. It's like, well, now you made it. Now I gotta buy it.
Mhm.
Was
Yeah,
there ever
it is.
a two-seater Kenner, or was it only the Toy Biz convertible?
The Toy Biz convertible was the only two-seater.
With the two-seater,
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this is awesome. Like, I mean, I just love how they recreated every detail in the box.
Think about it. How lucky are we? I mean, we're going to keep talking about more 89 stuff, that we're just getting all these things that are in various scales, various price points. It's really incredible. Like, it's awesome too. So, I mean, NECA has done the quarter scale, like Batman and Catwoman, and
we did a 7-inch 89 Batman.
Yeah, that's right.
And we did. Oh,
so cool.
As I'm showing off on myself early, but we did the tech shield Batman, and we recreated the packaging perfectly.
That's amazing.
Had we continued with this license, I would have 1,000% got an Iron Winch in there because it's my favorite. But this is like beautiful. So yeah, it's like you can. And then the Spin Master released their Batman like single carded, So
yeah,
this was $6.
I love those cards.
Right? And is it a great collectible action figure? No, it's a 4-inch toy. It's perfect for exactly what it is.
Yep.
Yes.
I love it.
Sometimes that's just what I want. It's just a toy.
Exactly.
I don't need a collect. Like, there's lots of collectibles out there. Like, get me some toys.
Yeah. It's really cool. Price on this one. Also April 2025. This is $49.99. And yeah, I mean, I love that it's going to be scaled for these figures. That's just perfect. I assume it's going to be somewhat in scale with like the Kenner version from the Dark Knight collection, but that's part of the fun, right? When you get the new one, you compare it to all the other ones and see how they compare to each other.
Yeah.
I do have, because I've been like you guys, I've been pulling things out for the last little bit here. I do have the Toy Biz one here, upside down, of course.
Oh man,
right here.
You've got the 2-seater.
Yes.
Yep.
That's
is.
so pretty.
Wow.
And the giant yellow rockets. Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Is it sealed?
Yep.
Wow.
Oh wow.
It's in great shape.
Are you gonna let it breathe?
By a second.
Not right now. I mean, I do have every single Kenner Batmobile except for one in the box. The only one I don't have is the Batman Returns split apart version, the Bat Missile. I don't have that one, but I have every other one boxed, and I look at them sometimes and I'm like, if I opened them like right now, it'd literally be like being a little kid again, taking them out of the box because they're fresh in the box with all the stickers and the booklets and everything. So I mean, I'm very tempted. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll have to make a video of myself doing that.
I mean, really, tonight is the best night to do it, so you might as well. Like, let's break into this.
Peer pressure. I love it.
Pressure.
No knives, no X-Acto knives, no scissors. Just
Yep.
Well, you're not gonna get me to open this one, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's amazing.
Those
the
colors.
The flip over machine guns alone,
Yeah,
like,
brilliant.
it's so pretty.
It's so
It
good.
is.
Yeah.
Last year I got the Toy Biz Bat Cave and I opened it.
Did you really?
Oh
You know,
yeah.
the Toy Biz one is surprisingly not that expensive for the fact that it was that one and done. Like the Kenner Bat Caves, they redid them like a million times. So you can go to a toy show and like find them cheap. I was shocked that the Toy Biz one wasn't like hundreds of dollars.
Right. And it's because it's so fragile as well.
Yeah, it's
You
a
would
very
think-
thin PVC.
Yeah, like it's like I have to be super careful with mine. But even with the command centers, like you were saying, like the Kenner ones, like my goal is to get them all and then just have them all lined up. Like just to
all the
see all the
Wayne
different
Manors.
colors. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Wayne Manors. Yeah, it's there. I don't know. I think both, like when you put them both together, because I do have them, that's how they're displayed, like together. I don't know. It just works. Maybe because it's the same scale or whatever, but man, they look so nice together.
Awesome.
Yeah, and they did make a lot of them because they made them over and over. But if you go on eBay and you look at like sealed versions, they're just super expensive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the Batman Forever one?
Yes.
The Batcave? It was the only one that was not just
Mhm.
Wayne Manor redone. It came in 3 parts. It was so massive. I could not, to this day, I cannot believe that was like an affordable playset.
Was it like a zip line or something that connected like pieces or something, or
There was like a bridge.
a bridge? Okay.
Yeah. And
like a-
like you hang the Batwing up in the back, like there was a platform for the Batmobile.
Wow.
It was insane.
And the Batmobile like parking area spun too, so you could turn it around and leave. Like, and it's so big, like it is almost USS Flag big.
Wow.
Like
Huge.
because it's so long, and it's not, and on top, like you were saying too, because it's high, because it also hangs. You can park your Batwing there as well. It's a bonkers play set. I've seen it in shops, like still in the box, and I've been so tempted, and I was like, where am I gonna put this? Like,
The good thing is though, because I had it and my parents were like, the only way you're gonna get this is if you can like figure out a way to store it. Everything, because it's modular, it's in 3 parts, so you could just like fold it up and put it in the corner. It's the perfect play set.
And at the time, it was a premium price of $35.99, right?
Oh, right. I think that one was like a major holiday one. Like I do think for the time it was very expensive. I think it retailed for maybe $50 or $60.
right.
But man, I cannot think of another playset or diorama that has come close to this day, and I know a lot of toys.
Yeah, I agree. It's sweet.
I'm looking at pictures now.
Plus, I was like super hyped for Batman Forever because I was still on a Batman Returns high for like 2 years, and then we were getting Robin, and that was such a big deal to me. And so, yeah, no, I still have a soft spot. I still love Forever.
Do you remember? I love Forever too. It's ridiculous. Do you remember? I have my Batman Returns Robin figure,
Dude.
and
Yeah, it's
the rumor. Do you know the rumor behind this?
That is a Marlon Wayne's head because of the hair.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So Marlon Wayans really was cast as Robin in Batman Returns, to the point that he gets royalties for Batman Returns. It was in his contract, though they didn't. Though they wound up not filming him, he still gets paid for that.
That's amazing.
So he was cast as Robin, never came to fruition, was never even filmed. They released this figure in the Batman Returns Kenner line, and news gets out that Marlon Wayans was cast, and everyone thinks that it is Marlon Wayans. And if you look at it, it's very boxy. it's been debunked since, because there is
Yeah.
I believe Tim Drake Robin like artwork that is almost spot on, and you can clearly tell it was the style guide.
And it was
But-
done by the late great Neil Adams as well, that design.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. I've met my
That's
match.
amazing.
This is
Dude,
amazing.
trust me, I am 100% with you here. So, like, and if you take a look here, this is we can do a bit of a pissing contest. This is the wonderful artwork of Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, and he's also known for Superpowers and
Cool.
the 1982 DC Style Guide, which is getting a full-on release this month.
Really?
Right? Big shout out to yes, you can
style
still
guide,
order it. You can
That
still
is
order it.
the definitive. I don't care who says it. I don't care how old you say I am, and like it's my mom jeans. I don't care. That is the definitive DC style guide. Like Jim
Yes.
Lee is the definitive X-Men. He is the definitive DC. Hands
Agreed.
down.
Agreed. You
Hands
close
down.
your eyes when someone says Superman. That's the
Wonder
Superman.
Woman, Superman. Like that's just how you know them.
It's so good.
My apologies, good sir. Continue.
Yeah. But when this Robin came out, because at this point I was already like reading. I just started reading comics, I believe, like soon after 89 came out. But it was funny because it was actually Jim Lee's Uncanny X-Men that got me reading comics, not Batman 89. But then of course I trickle into this because now it's like, who's this new Robin? Why does he look so cool?
Yeah.
And then this was it. So when this toy I found out came out, when you look on the back of the package, oh, look at this, man. We don't get this anymore either. Anyways, I digest. This is like the Robin toy I wanted, and it was like such a hunt. So now, even still as an adult, I see one at a toy fair, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll just take that Robin. No, you don't need that. I'll just take it. Right. So I'm the Dan Larson of Robin figures. It's just like just take them, but it's so good. I agree. This Robin figure, one of the best.
Good.
I think the other thing that stood out for me,
like
with that
miles
figure is that,
beyond.
yeah, you had the cape that was, not just black, not
Yeah,
just full yellow,
two-toned.
yeah,
And 2-ply.
yeah.
Yeah.
All the Batman capes are just heat cut pieces of fabric.
Yeah.
This was 2-ply, so it was stitched and it had weight and it was long, and
It's perfect.
yeah, look at
Yeah,
that.
it's so good.
It's so good. So good.
I was scratching my head though. I mean, as a kid, I'm like, wait, where's this fit in? He didn't show up in the movie.
Yeah.
But,
Have you seen the customs online where they give him like a brown skin tone?
yeah,
It's just so much fun. It's so,
it's
like,
cool.
That's cool.
I want Marlon Wayans now, this day, to play Robin.
I wish DC Direct was still around, because now with the new Batman 89 comic and how they're doing like the story continues in that specific Tim Burton universe, like we would have gotten Kenner style figures of that Robin, of that Two-Face, of that Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
We would have got all of it, and now here we are waiting for Todd just to make a female figure.
Yeah.
With good proportions,
With good
or male figures with good proportions too. But just kidding.
We're not going to get Blade in trouble. We're not going to get.
I know, right? Especially that topic, but
Right.
I will say I do have, and it's because of nostalgia, right? When you look at all the other things we've talked about tonight, how Victoria was showing the Mezco 5 POA, they're expensive, and for that price, you're not getting like high articulation or collector scale, but you're doing it for the nostalgia. You're doing it for things that like tie your memory, and I do have all of the McFarlane Schumacher figures. I've got the Batman and Robin wave. I have the Batman Forever wave save for Batman because I have the 6-pack where his colors are actually accurate. But yeah, that's my the Burton Schumacher Batmans. I'm more of like a form factor. Like if I'm collecting Marvel, it's just Marvel Legends. I don't care about other scales because they're so expansive. I'm like that with most of my collections. Burton and Schumacher Batman, I am hardcore sucker. If I see it, I don't care the scale. I don't care if it's like a Happy Meal toy. I don't care if it's a 7-inch collectible. I'm all in.
I just wish that Todd would do, again, just expand that more. because I would legit burn down an orphanage to get figures of Sugar and Spice.
Why were they not the Build-A-Figure? Why was it a giant bat?
Yeah,
This
should
should
have
be
been
an entire episode.
it
Don't
should have been a
even-
3-pack.
Yeah.
Two-Face, Sugar, and Spice. It just would have been dreams will come true. I'm hoping. Maybe Jazzinc will do that one too.
Maybe. You never know.
We'll get to Jazzinc in a hot minute. But
Yes, we will. All right, we're gonna keep chugging along. So we're gonna move on to Hot Toys, because they have announced another figure. Surprise, surprise! There's always another figure. There's always another Batman.
Wonderful
But
toy.
thankfully, they are playing in the Burton verse, which is the best playground in my opinion. And they are kicking things off here with brand new Batman Returns figure. There's 2 versions of this. They did a version back in 2016, I believe it was, and I did pick that one up around that time. And it's nice. It's a lot of fun. But this is an updated version. So there are 2 versions of this. There is a standard collector edition. Retail is $285 on it. And these were announced last night. And when I saw pictures, I was like, finally, we are getting that amazing wingsuit that I was obsessed with when I was a kid. I would replay this part of the VHS like over and over and over just to see him like pop those wings open and think about like, so how does I was like really like thinking about like, how does he fly in it? Like what are the physics of it? Like how does it work? Like, and how can I build one? Because I did used to do weird things like that, like build. I did build when I was a little kid, I tried to build a dish to send out signals into space and communicate with other planets. I know, weird, but I did that. So I was thinking about this. How does it really work? So to actually see it done on a toy, like in true to film form, made me very, very excited. Now, of course, it's not a regular toy. It's a hot toy. But in my opinion, it still counts. And it was just really cool that they're doing it. Whether or not you go with the deluxe version, you get the wing attachment. So that is just really, really fun. Yeah, he looks good. He looks really good.
Yeah. The wing, exactly to your point, those wings are that like the glider is so perfectly shaped because it is such you like speak to my soul. It's such an iconic shape. And I would do the same thing. I would rewind it and just watch like how did they get it going from just a cape to that like fit like structured corseted glider, and that shape is so perfect.
Yeah, it is.
That was the selling point
for sure. It wasn't until I was an adult, like rewatching it, like on like high definition and on a Blu-ray and whatnot, like you can actually see like the regular cape drop behind him before the sun pops out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. I love the interchangeable face plates. That's a really nice touch. More displayability.
The base is super cool too.
Yeah, if you have the
there's the display base.
So the deluxe, let's jump over to the deluxe one because that one does have has a few other things. So this one retails at $340, so a little bit more. But you do get the Bruce Wayne face, which is awesome. And yes, you do get a very elaborate display base that you can connect to the regular base that it comes with. And then it has 2 display options. You have the Shrek cat, or you have the other design, which I think is the one that you see in the movie right before he jumps off the building. So yeah, it's neat. I mean, I struggle with these bases because if they're really big, it's like I can display less figures. So I tend to usually go for more of the regular editions, but I really wanted the Bruce Wayne head. So I had to be the deluxe. But
anybody have the just the first Batman 89 hot toy?
No, I tried to not do because again, if I get one, it's Ugh.
I hear
drugs. You. This is what it is. This is toys or drugs.
Have you opened it yet, Victoria?
Nope, not yet. It just came in last week and I haven't had a chance.
Are you going? Okay, I was going to say, are you going to open it?
Oh, of course.
Okay, good.
These don't stay in boxes, like that's for sure. You got to open these up.
Yeah, I'm torn because I kind of want that now, but I've got several versions of the '89 Batman, and so I'm like, I don't know. But now seeing the returns, I'm like, that looks pretty good too. I don't know.
Yeah, like Blaine was saying with Batman Forever, like I'm like that with like the Batman and Batman Returns. Like, and it doesn't matter like what it is, I have to have it. So, yeah, I'm all over this. Like, this is really cool. And the Batmobile, I recently got that as well, and I can't possibly display it because I don't have the room for it, but I just wanted to ensure that I have it for the future. We always buy those things where it's like one day I'll be able to have another place. And
in your story, like you had it in your kitchen or something, and you're like, all right, I'm going to open this up just to make sure everything's good, and then unfortunately it's got to go into storage, right?
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah, the archive, that cave.
But yeah, no, this is neat. And yeah, I just want to pull up the head again. So it has the posable eyes. You can put his eyes in different positions.
Yeah.
The likeness I think is decent. I don't think it's perfect. I know the last one they did do a Bruce Wayne in like a tuxedo, from the scene where he's dancing with Selena. But I think this likeness is a little bit better than that one was, but it's still not 100%.
Yeah.
No, this is great. I like that they did the tear, like the tears on the on the cowl.
On the neck. Yep.
Bruce Wayne, why are you dressed as Batman?
And they made sure in the unmasked version he doesn't actually have black paint around his eyes. That's so
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. That is kind of weird there, right? Because he just like flies in, and like it's like if he wasn't Batman, would he be doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I loved about the newest, the Batman, where you have Robert Pattinson, and when he would take off his cowl, he's like kind of just decompressing after a night of crime fighting, and he would just have like all this mascara and like black around his eyes that would be kind of like smearing off. Like, I appreciated it for that, but it was funny. Like, that was something that I noticed as a kid in the movie, when it's like, all right, you can see his eyes are like clearly like there's black around his eyes, and then when he ripped it off, how it switched to just no black.
Yeah.
In my mind, I was like, wait a second, this doesn't feel real anymore.
Oh, that's what did it for you?
That was it. That was the one thing that took me out of the whole movie. Yeah.
Not the penguins marching,
No, of course not.
wearing
What's weird
armor
about
and
that?
rockets.
No, they were great.
They were great. They were great. Where's the hot toys of that? If they do droids for Star Wars, they gotta make penguins.
Oh man, that would be really cool, actually.
Penguin Commandos is still one of the best army builders Kenner has ever made.
Yeah, those were
true. It is true. All right, so there's that. But there's more 6 scale news this week. So Jazzinc's been, they just did their Batmobile, which is far more impressive and far more expensive than the Hot Toys version. It's just amazing. Our guest last week, one of our guests, 1/6 Scale Man, was talking about it. He did a review on it, and it's a work of art. It's like the next step from that is a real Batmobile, really. It's just amazing. But so Jazzinc has been, doing their thing with Batman as well. And they've been talking about this Catwoman that they've been developing, and they've been showing like teases for it. But now it's getting a little bit closer. They're saying, hey, we're looking at September 30th to put it on pre-order. And they did release this teaser image of their 1/6 scale Catwoman. Now it comes in 2, there's a few ways to get it. It sounds like there's gonna be 3 ways to get it. You can get her like this, just a single figure with the base and a couple accessories, or you can get like the clean version, or before any kind of like damage to her outfit. And then there's also a pack that has both, and also has a really big diorama base that fits. It was described as fitting inside of a DTOF, and there's no pricing on any of these.
Oh, I can help you with that.
Help me with that, please, Ryan.
All right, so these are going to go. They want to stay competitive, and they're still going to be about $300. So it'll be $600 for the 2-pack. Unfortunately, these will not be getting a release in North America. So that's the other big bummer too. So you're going to have to be going through third-party sellers to get it, and who knows how much they're going to charge up for that. So just keep that in mind as well if you live in North America. And I don't know if you saw today as well, they actually dropped pictures of the base, like of the diorama piece.
No, I haven't seen those yet.
I'll send them to you.
Please
One
do.
second.
But yeah, no, I did see the interview yesterday that on one six-figure focus that he did with Yost from Jazzinc, and he was talking a little bit about how they wanted to keep it at the $300 price point. What I thought was really interesting in that interview is he said that Hot Toys' license is set to expire in about 12 months, and that it'll have to be renegotiated. And he's looking at maybe trying to move on that in some way, which I think would be great, because obviously when you compare their products, yeah, they're more expensive, but they're really doing some amazing things. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in a year's time with that.
I love that there are other options now that are available. And like kind of like you were saying, it seems like Hot Toys has kind of had kind of the market for 1/6. I mean, I think, Sideshow Hot Toys, like that was my first entry into like 1/6 scale. But seeing in art and the stuff they're producing, and just knowing that there is the opportunity for other companies to kind of fill in that space too, even if it is like a higher price point, if you get something that's even like it's worth the value from what I would say. But man, look at that. That's incredible.
It's
Is
incredible.
this the
So
first
the painter
like,
for
1/6
this,
figures? Is this the first 1/6 figure that Jazzinc has been doing?
yeah, this is their first one. It is sculpted by Sean Dabbs, painted by, I want to make sure I have her name right, Viola Whitrocka.
Okay.
And she's done some stuff for Mondo. So she's done like the 1/6 scale Megan.
Yeah.
She did the 1/6 scale Megan for Mondo. She painted that, and the Kurt Russell figure from The Thing for Mondo as well. So she's doing this. She's been painting this. There's on YouTube on the Jazzinc YouTube channel. There's a whole 15-minute breakdown of the making of this figure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it is like, I don't know, man. This is one of these things where this is probably one of the most hottest anticipated 1/6 figures to ever exist, and it's perfect.
It is. I cannot wait. I think they mentioned that if you are in Canada or US, I know I wrote the stores down where you can pre-order it. 1/6 kit or Spec Fiction are the two retailers that you can order it through if you are in the US or in Canada. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I mean, like, I think this is like the potential from looking at it, it has the potential to be the most, like, my most prized 6 scale figure. Like, if the final product looks anything close to this, like, yeah.
Yep.
And I do have your pictures here, Ryan. Thank you for sending those. I'm trying to figure out how to, because I'm not logged into Instagram on my device here that I'm streaming from. So in the meantime,
drop me your email in the DMs there.
Here, let me do this to start with. So here's this one.
Oh my gosh, it's the window. I'm done.
It's the window.
I'm sold.
You have to do that window, right?
Oh,
yep.
It's perfect.
Oh,
it is perfect.
Man. That's amazing.
Yeah, like, amazing. Like, I won't eat lunch for like 2 months if I have to not eat lunch for 2 months, but I have to have that figure.
You can like see the math going on in my head. Like, how am I gonna? I'm gonna do this.
See, at first I kind of gave up, and I was like, you know what, this is out of my price range. And then as these photos started coming out this week, I was like, I think I'm just gonna sell everything I own. Like, what do I need?
And the window only comes with the 2-pack.
Hang on. What does it say on the website? Because they do have a list for it on the site of what everything comes with. I know it's a high-end collectible box, limited edition plate, 2 movie accurate bodies with latex suits, 1 pristine, 1 damaged. Oh, there's 1 kitty litter display base.
Oh, the dump truck that she falls in,
The
saved
dump
by
truck,
kitty
yeah.
litter, bastard.
Yes. Right. Electric stun gun. Surprise accessory. There's like one accessory we don't even know about.
Oh my gosh.
The
Stun gun.
sculpts are just phenomenal. Like there's like 3 expressions or something like that. At least like the kind of
Let's pull that back up.
Yeah, golly. That, and there's other ones like with like the hair.
Yeah,
There's
for
one
the-
with her tongue out as well, and I can't tell if it's her releasing the bird from her mouth, if she's licking herself. That came out wrong, or if she's licking Batman.
Maybe
All the
it
above?
probably will double as both. I would think the lick is
Right.
good because not only is she giving herself a bath, but like you said, the whole mistletoe. I wonder if the secret accessory is going to be mistletoe.
I wonder too now.
Would be interesting.
That's crazy.
Deep Space Niner, thank you so much for the super chat. Do you think the Hot Toys Batman Returns figure will scale correctly with the Jazzinc Catwoman? I would say so. I mean, they're both 1/6 scale. And from what I understand, for the Batmobile, Jazzinc is also doing a version of Batman like seated, so you can put him in there. And it's also supposed to work with the Hot Toys version. So I think they're trying to get really close to matching in terms of one company to the other in terms of scale. So yeah, I absolutely think it would. And another interesting tidbit that Yost mentioned yesterday during that stream was that he believes it was asked, do you think Hot Toys is going to do a Catwoman too? And he said that they are. So, I mean, nothing obviously confirmed, but
I don't know, man. It won't be this.
It won't be this. No way.
One of the main questions I have, and this is another reason why I haven't, like, I've got some 1/6 like figures, some Hot Toys, but I never got into the Spider-Man figures that are all like kind of that tight kind of suit, like body form fitting suit, because the way I would want to like use them for shots, I would want to get some dynamic range and poses out of them.
Right.
So I've kind of stayed away from those. So I'm kind of wondering with this Catwoman, it's very form fitting, obviously. So I'm curious if that's going to hinder articulation. I mean, not that you need to do a whole lot, but she can get in some pretty dynamic poses. But that would be really interesting to see, like, what's the extent of the articulation on this figure.
Especially if you're going to do like the whipping poses.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Or if he really does come with a licking face and mistletoe, you're going to want her you're going to want to pose her straddling on top of Batman like that rooftop.
Yeah, correct.
And that's that's the number one reason that, well, maybe money as well, but no, the only reason I haven't purchased a Hot Toys Batman is because when I look at those leather, it was the same reason. What was that one, Jason? I bought it and then I immediately returned it when I opened it. You have it. It's like the armature under the like rubber body.
Yeah, there's like a lot of the figures will have
is it?
a fat suit, or basically it would be like a stitched kind of suit that goes underneath it, and so that also will limit articulation.
And I'm afraid of like it tearing.
Do what?
When it's like rubbery, I'm afraid of like tear.
Oh
like
yeah,
armature like tearing whatever that material.
And even over time, it'll just split or crack.
Right.
But either way, like I don't, even with the, like the ones like the Batman, right? I don't do a whole lot when I'm not shooting or thinking about like how to pose it. I just have it in a standard pose. Or same with the Joker over here too. So I mean, it's not that big a deal. But I'm always just curious with the 1/6 stuff, like how much can you kind of stress it?
Yeah,
looks beautiful.
I know, just the gloss, the mix.
Yep. It's like the perfect amount of shine, and then the eyes and the eye makeup also is just like chilling on this thing. Like it's just like if you're gonna keep making, just even if they can't keep doing Batman, just keep making Michelle Pfeiffer's. I will buy a 1/6 Grease 2 Michelle Pfeiffer in a heartbeat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Agree.
In every scene.
Every scene.
Every single
I
scene.
want Cool Rider. Give me a ladder that I could have her on top of. Just do it.
Yep. I want administrative assistant Selena Kyle. I want
Yes.
telling the virginity a ski trip.
Yeah.
He's dead now. Selena Kyle. I want hot time in a
I
cold
want a
town
girl for
tonight,
all
Selena
seasons.
Kyle. Ah,
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Right. Finally, someone speaks English here.
save one for next Christmas, Selena Kyle.
Yeah.
I love these deep cuts.
Yeah,
Right.
good stuff.
Just
Man, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I cannot wait for pre-order day. Anyway,
Everybody
keep these-
knows. I don't know. Did we say this in like the post, or does everybody in the chat know like why there's been so much Batman news today and this week? I don't know.
let's say it again.
Tomorrow is National Batman Day. It is Batman Day, September 21st.
it is Batman Day. So with that said as well, be sure to stop in your local comic shops. Go support them, because I bet you they are all doing something. And DC released a whole stack of like Batman Day edition comics and trades, including Long Halloween, right? One Bad Day, The Riddler by Mitch Geraghty and Tom King, including Elmer Fudd in Batman Noir. Like they re-released a whole bunch of stuff on Wednesday. So I guarantee you there will be stuff happening at your comic shops. And tonight, if you're not here, you should be at AMC watching Batman Forever in the theater.
Yep.
Right? Because that got a re-release.
Jason and I's friends is currently there.
Yeah.
Right? Mask of Phantasm is there as well.
Yeah,
89.
Batman 89.
Oh,
Then
Mhm.
I think,
Yeah.
and they re-released the popcorn bucket.
Yes.
Ah,
Yep.
yes.
that too.
Are we all gonna shine it? Dude, did we just become best friends?
This thing is the best effing $35 I've ever
That's
spent.
amazing.
Look at that.
That's
Ah.
amazing.
Here, let's do a quick screen grab of us with our buckets.
I can leave if you want me to.
No, don't leave.
Hang on. That's the
Hang on. Do you have the DC Direct one?
I didn't get that
Oh, I
one.
could grab that one too, and the Todd McFarlane. I have a lot of bat signals.
Well, you never know. Sometimes you got to answer the call in the bathroom.
I mean,
Here, I was gonna get a.
I'm
I was
wearing
gonna
the
pull a
shirt. I'm
picture
ready.
of it on my phone. The bat signal. Popcorn bucket.
I feel like.
Did you know this popcorn bucket was first released in Mexico as an exclusive?
Oh,
No.
really?
So this came out for the Batman, and then in Mexico this is their popcorn bucket at their theaters that they released, and then they also did one for Superman. That's the Daily Planet Globe, and that's a popcorn.
funny.
So I'm hoping that gets a re-release
For Legacy.
for yes. I'm
Yeah.
hoping.
There
There
he
we go.
goes. All right, you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Beautiful.
I'm the loser in this stream.
No,
No, you just don't have
no.
it yet. You just don't have it
It's
yet.
massive.
Hey,
That's crazy.
Victoria, if you pull up his Instagram photo of his Bruce Wayne, his Kenner Bruce Wayne,
Oh,
yeah, then we'll be
That
the losers.
a-hole.
The tide
Yes,
will turn
100%
pretty
true.
quick.
Oh, this is a
100%
great
true.
time.
I think we got the sneak peek of that before anybody else during social hour that last time he was on.
True. Sure did. Yep. Well, here I got an extra head too. So I bought the. I'll just show y'all. You know what we're talking about, but this is the
Yes.
little
Let's get nuts.
1/12 scale
Yeah.
head that I painted. I found on eBay, and they just put it on like an Professor Indiana Jones body. So for the Let's Get Nuts scene.
So
Love it.
good. My
And
favorite
then,
part of that scene is with Vicky Vale's just standing there eating the popcorn.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
And then I did a custom quick change body out of a Quicksilver, Marvel Legends Quicksilver. and dyed it black, and then did all this hand painting on the body. So, in Blaine, you are wearing this shirt.
I am
So-
wearing that T-shirt right
Yep.
now for the flash.
So this is the reference for those of you who may not remember exactly what it looks like, but this is
For
my
those of you who
version
may
of it.
not be a certain vintage.
If you don't, you should not be on this
Yeah.
YouTube stream right now. If you don't know Quick Change Batman. Quick Change Batman quite literally changed our lives.
Yeah,
It's-
quick
This
change.
is actually, Jason, this is the shirt you got me for my birthday like 5 years ago.
5 years ago or something. Yep.
That's
Damn.
perfect.
Yeah, I need to get one too for
Yeah,
myself.
dude, that Bruce Wayne looks so good.
Thank you.
You killed it on that. That is something that I
And
wish.
the perfect body, perfect
Yes.
like buck for it.
I appreciate
And then
that.
doing the raised bat symbol,
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
red. It's dude, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Here's another one that I'm kind of working on, but I don't know. I'm sure
Ooh.
we'll see. But this is like basically built off Marvel Legends. It's kind of scale, and another head sculpt. Let's see how close I can get. Oh, look at that. Another head sculpt that just found on eBay. So it looks really, really great. I saw the head sculpt first. And I'm like, man, I'm going to make a custom. So now I've got kind of this body that I've got started. I just need to paint more of the details. So it'll be kind of
Please
fun to
make
have.
2 customs. Like, I'd love to see what you would do with a Joker where the makeup's coming off, the skin tone makeup is coming off with the white underneath. Because if
Mhm.
anyone would kill it, man, it'd be you.
Well,
You-
I actually ended up. I don't
You
think
mean the
they're
Joker
over here.
that this toy is based off of?
Yeah.
Skyscape
Yeah.
Joker with the
Yep.
That
So you're
is
flexing on me
correct.
now. I don't have that on card. I wish I did.
I don't have it on card
Which-
either. I'm
which
jealous.
card though? Because it was released in 2 separate on
Look
2
at
separate
that.
clamshells.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good flex.
That'd be fun.
That's a good flex.
These are like my holy grails right here.
They're
Yeah.
amazing.
They made
Absolutely.
one other Joker that was even more accurate. He had like the checker pants. The
Yeah.
colors were not accurate, but that was in the last wave of the Dark Knight, and then it switched over to the Batman Returns wave. So it's like impossible to find. I forget what the name of it is, but he's got like the
It's on the
orange
tip of my
pants.
tongue too. I know exactly. I can hear it. I can picture it in my head.
Yeah. Oh,
But that's a great one too. Did you hang on? I'm just gonna like sidetrack here for 1 second because they reused these bodies, including the quick change Batman, for a Walmart series of Batman figures with more comic accurate sculpted heads.
with different heads? No, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, it's
Really?
a wall. Like, yeah, I have the quick change Batman, but instead of Keaton's head, it is a Bruce Wayne
Are you
comic
talking
book
about
head.
like
No,
this
that
butt?
that one came with the coupe.
With the coupe.
But I mean, are you talking about this body? Like this
That
butt?
body, yes, and it's got it's in a. I'm getting new windows installed next week, so everything's kind of packed up. But man, it's it's a comic book style head, and they re-released that same Joker, but with a comic book style head Joker. So he looks like that commercial that we watched at the
Oh.
beginning.
Wow.
That's fun. They also re-released this Joker, but with a comic head. So maybe it's the same one as
Right.
a 2-pack, like when Batman Forever came out, because there were 3 2-packs, and they were like face-off ones. There was one with like a repainted Riddler and Batman.
Yep.
There, like Jim Carrey Riddler. There was the Joker, and he had like insane colors. But I remember like picking him up, and be like, "This is so cool." And I think maybe the Batman kind of looked tech shieldish. Like I think it was maybe gold or silver or.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that was a store. Those were store exclusives.
Hmm.
Toys R Us,
Yeah, they did
maybe?
some really weird repaints at like a later time.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Do you remember the deluxe ones? The Dark Knight collection. They were just. It was like a purple Batman.
I
a
got
blue
polar
Batman,
black.
with the larger. There was like wall scaler.
Yeah, it's
the
like
box.
larger,
Yes.
like white wings, and then he's got
Yes.
like this gray white camo look. So he looks like the other black and white Batman, but he's gray and white.
Yep.
I love the Arctic themed Batman ones, by the way. That is my jam. If it's a
Yeah.
cold weather
Mhm.
Batman, that's my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just love the
it
whole
was-
big spacesuit.
Yeah.
Yes, that.
Yeah,
That's him.
right.
That's him. Let's zoom in on that. And I love how that made it into the Flash.
Oh my gosh!
It did?
Along with the Iron Winch.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. That's
Yes.
right.
screamed out loud when Iron Winch showed up on.
So did I.
screen.
I was like, make me all the hot toys. Hurry.
Ah, yeah, that's so pretty. I used to pretend. So I am such a Kenner kid. I used to pretend that Batman was battling against xenomorphs, and I would use Kenner aliens with that Batman because in my mind, that was a spacesuit Batman, not an Arctic Batman.
That's a good use of imagination.
Yep.
It is.
That's
You should be a toy designer.
yeah.
I also used to think that my Kenner Ellen Ripley from Aliens, I used to use her as Jubilee because there was no Jubilee figure.
Nice.
She had a pink shirt and blue
Yep.
jeans and yellow boots.
That's pretty good.
That works.
That's pretty good. I just sat at home pouted that I never got a Jubilee figure until Generation X, and it was all like giant hands and yeah. I still got it.
Of course, it was the first Jubilee.
Yeah, had to. It's like a rookie card.
Yep.
Man, these are just the packaging, and then also just like all the stuff on the back.
Yeah.
That's a great thing as a
yeah.
kid. Like you didn't really know what was coming up, like what the next wave of figures were, and so you
Dude,
get surprised by seeing things on the back.
It's
Yeah,
our
you
Wikipedia,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
These-
Cross cells in the back.
I don't know. Was this was Deep Dive? Oh no, this accessory was Batman because the bat signal is actually sculpted. But that was another thing was they would use like for a lot of the accessories they would reuse from other
Mhm.
brands, other waves.
Yeah.
There's your
Was Deep Dive also featured in the Flash? Which one? There was
yes,
one
but
with,
not in yellow, I don't think.
right, but it just kind of had the shape of the tanks on the
right.
bus or whatever. Yep.
They didn't go for it. They were
Yeah.
cowards, as far as I'm concerned.
Uh-huh.
Because to me, even the yellow, like just the bright yellow Batman suit, it's to me like that's just as iconic as like any of the antifreeze Batmans that were made over the years, right? Like
Yeah.
it's just like that and the black and white camo ones, right? It's just
Mhm.
they're so good.
It's funny because if I was the time, if I was making toys and let's say I was on the Kenner line, my mindset would be like, how can we make this look like screen accurate? And so if they started pitching like, well, we're gonna do like this neon deep dive Batman, I would probably be one of the guys in the room and be like, I don't know, that might be kind of weird. It's Tim Burton's like a serious filmmaker and it's really dark, so why would we do neon? Like I would be probably that guy who would like kind of argue that point. But
I
I'm
would have
so
been the
thankful I
opposite.
wasn't in that room. Wasn't that guy?
I would have been like, hey, we need more Catwomans on the shelves. Let's do some variants of Catwoman.
Yeah,
Penguin.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm the kind of guy who needs a screen. I need screen accurate. I
Yeah.
have to have screen accurate. Beyond that, as long as I'm getting that, then
Yes.
let's have fun with the world.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
with Batman especially, you think when you go back to 89, which we're talking a lot about, and Joker says, where does he get those wonderful toys? Like Batman is known for just having like a
Gadgets and
limitless
tech.
yeah. So you want all of these fun. It almost like calls back to 66 when Adam West just had a suit or trinket for everything. And that's what I liked about the Schumacher films was that they leaned into that where he just so happened to have like a defroster gun when Robin gets frozen,
Clicks his belt and he can just seal up and save himself from fire. Like it's,
Yes, exactly. They have ice skates for no reason.
Yeah.
In the dead of summer. So I liked that you got an accurate, I've got Crime Attack Batman.
your basic
so fine.
Batman.
Yes.
Yep.
And then let's build an insane world because Batman does insane things. And the animated series not only went on to show us that in the animated series, but then the Kenner did the exact same thing with the animated series. And even McFarlane, the animated series is making the airstrike camo, the black and white camo.
Yeah.
But they did make 3 like just black suited Batmans in like the Returns line.
Yes,
Because they did
there was the
Thunder Whip,
Thunder Whip.
Shadow Wing, and then Crime Attack. So you got
Yep.
your 3, and then they just were like,
Talk to me about Shadow Wing.
Yeah,
that's
that
such a great figure,
that was my favorite one.
right?
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
It's just, you could have, I mean, that's the Batman you'd have like fly over.
Keaton. That's
you know,
Keaton.
like, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh, that's how I do it.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's how it works.
I am in my 40s. Do not think for 1 second. These and vehicles, starships. If I'm feeling a little down one day, I'm just doing the zoom around the house.
Yep.
Running around the room.
It's
Yeah,
happening.
it's true.
It's happening.
Love it. Here's mine right here.
Nice.
I want. Yeah, you get the Toys
So
R Us sticker too.
cool.
I love that.
Yeah, yep. Toys R Us sticker and all.
Yeah,
It's amazing. So pretty.
Yeah.
It's just
One of mine has a sticker on it, but I love. Sometimes it's funny how sometimes you're looking for carded figures. You might want them to be like clean, like some people. I'm like, man, if it's got a KB sticker on it or a Toys R Us sticker, like that adds value to me.
yeah.
Yep.
Which one of my
Yeah,
one of my Jokers? Does anyone remember James Way? Oh, it's on that side.
Whoa.
Not right.
I think it was regional.
Yeah.
Because none of my friends in other parts of the country remember James Way, so I think it was probably like a Northeast thing.
That's funny.
Yeah, I try to peel off like toy show stickers, and I saw that one, and I was like, oh my god, like I got toys at James Way, so
Yeah.
made me feel better.
Nice. Yeah, just this comment here from Adam, which is absolutely true. Arctic Batman. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, I have somebody that comes in every now and then to the chat, and they beg me to review Arctic Batman on the channel, which I never have. You know, I've reviewed other Batman figures, years ago, but I've never done Arctic Batman. But it's like the comment just keeps coming up like over and over and over until we block the poor guy. So
Oh.
yeah,
so do it.
Yeah, so I have to do it at some point.
Are
Absolutely.
you opposed to it, or you just haven't gotten around to it?
I don't have the figure for one, and I haven't gotten around to it.
Okay.
Jason
So
Young
he should have
will-
just bought the figure for you, and then you could have.
I suggested that. I'm like, hey, send one over here. We'll do it. But
Yeah.
Oh, see, that would have been the way to do it. Unblock him, bring him back.
Yeah.
I think we blocked him temporarily, so I don't know where he's been the last few shows. But
Okay.
That's funny.
Oh.
anyway, we're gonna go ahead and switch gears here. 35 years of Batman 89 this year, which is pretty remarkable. So I want to talk a little bit about the memories we have about this original movie. I mean, it's just hard to believe it's been that long, and this really kind of kickstarted the films, that succeeded it. And then, of course, going into the 2000s with the Dark Knight trilogy, and then the Justice League movies, and the Batman after that. And so I guess who wants to start us off telling us about your earliest memories of Batman 89?
I mean, I kind of did. Just I vividly remember being at my grandparents' house for Christmas and getting the movie on VHS. Or I guess it was my brother's. Like, he got the movie for his birthday or for Christmas, and then that was just. I felt really lucky as a kid, where we would get a lot, like pretty much all the figures that were available, like for if it's like birthday parties or like Christmas, like get pretty much the entire line, and then also usually there's like a small vehicle and maybe a larger vehicle. And I just remember that Christmas getting kind of everything that was available, the Batwing and the Batmobile, and like that. For me, that was just as strong of a memory of as actually watching and enjoying the movie, but just kind of the tangibility of having something that I still, just looking at these just brings me that same kind of nostalgia and joy. And those were just like magical times as a kid when those lines, if it's like Turtles or Batman or Thundercats or Micro Machines, like just being there with my family and my cousins, and we would just get basically everything from every line between all four of us. We just get like all the toys and be able to just play with it together, and those are just like really great memories for me. That's what I've got associated with it.
Nice.
This
I
one,
guess we'll
Batman,
for it.
Yo, you want to go?
No, go for it. Go.
Batman in '89 was the first quote grown-up movie I was allowed to see in the movie theater. And when I tell you, like without exaggeration, I tell this story often. Like I've told it on like Comic-Con panels. My mom and I talk about it quite often. We talked about it this week. I remember so vividly every detail about seeing this movie. I remember the cup I got in the theater. I remember the blue tile in the round lobby where we got our tickets. I remember my parents not telling me what movie I was going to. They said, you're allowed to see your first grown-up movie. And when you think about movies that came out in '89, like Back to the Future 2, I can't even go down the list, but I could not figure out what we were going to see. And when we got there, they bought the tickets. They looked around the lobby that was circular and lined with movie posters. And they said, can you guess what we're seeing? And I said, no. And they walked over to the poster and pointed at it and said, now do you know what we're seeing? And I said, teeth? And my dad laughed. And the poster didn't say Batman. It was just the symbol. And my mom looked at my dad and said, he's looking at the negative space. And my dad said, what? And she said, he's looking at the yellow. He's going to be an artist. And I was 6 years old, and it sticks so much out in my memory. Like, and I remember going in. I remember seeing the trailers before. I remember seeing Batman. I remember at 6 years old turning to my mom when there was an aerial view at the beginning of Batman and he whipped around and walked away and saying, his cape is a cartoon. Like, distinctly remember everything about that movie. So that's just, I honestly believe that my trajectory, my path started with, I think mainly my mom saying that, like, that's what is burned into my retina. It was like saying, oh, he's going to be an artist because he's looking at it in a different way. And I love this movie. I love the memory of my parents, you know, like I remember sitting in the theater, like between them, they let me sit in between them. Like everything about this is just, yeah. I remember getting the VHS and having that stupid Looney Tunes intro that I can recite every word to.
It's not stupid.
It's everything.
It's yeah, and it's also amazing. Yeah. No, well, I guess me. No, to me, that's like, it's one of those summers that will live in infamy for me. I think just because it's the first time I really vividly remember one specific thing being everywhere. And the only other time in my life that I could think of like Batmania after that is the Phantom Menace, where that was everywhere and the hype was real. And but Batman '89, it was bonkers. Like I still like, yeah, like I still just think back to it, that summer. Like I can picture that summer. Yeah, like it's just, right? It is bonkers how clear in my mind that summer is, because just everyone had Batman shirts. We all saw the old newsreels, and we knew kids that were able to get Batman symbols shaved in their heads. We all know someone. I didn't get to have that.
I did, right above my tail.
Did you not? So yes.
Tail. Yeah. Oh, my grandmom was one of the people who was telling my parents how horrible of a parent they were, because on the news they were talking about how inappropriate this movie was for kids, that you should not take your kids to see this movie. They did that with the first Ninja Turtles movie as well the next year in '90. And I heard this. yeah, I heard the same thing from my grandmom. Like, kids are not, and this is, my grandmom let me watch horror movies at a very young age, but like in the confines of her house. You don't take your children out to see these movies in theaters. You'll get judged. Yeah.
Oh, well,
I look, June 23rd, 1989 was the day I found out what an enema was.
right,
So maybe my grandmom was right.
right.
But, 6-year-old me just walking around, this town needs an enema.
Yeah,
Left and right.
yeah.
No idea what I was saying.
But he delivered it so well that it sticks in your head, right?
I still don't know what that means.
Yeah. Google it. We could.
We'll wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Roy, if you want to just let's see what.
Yeah, if you want to just pull that up. Yeah. But like another thing too, I remember the Toy Biz figures coming out, and they did those like weird, I have them. I shouldn't even just, but they were kind of lesser than remakes of the Superpowers collection.
Yes.
And I remember not getting those figures and just using my Superpowers Batman.
You couldn't find the Toy Biz anywhere. You could find the DC hero, the comic heroes.
Yep, those you could find.
And I found Bob the Goon, and maybe that's why I have such a connection to Bob the Goon, because he was the only one I found when we went to see that movie.
Right.
But yeah, they were. I swear to this day, just having industry knowledge and like guessing, I do not know this for a fact because no one has ever come forward. But I swear to this day that Toy Biz lost that line, and everyone says they lost the line because of distribution, that they couldn't get the figures out quick enough, which is probably partly true. But if you look on the back of your Toy Biz Batman,
I know where you're going with this.
Who is stupid enough to use another brand's figure as their official promo photography? The back of your Toy Biz Batman is a repainted Kenner Batman. They stole Kenner's Batman and repainted a Superpowers one.
And it looks so good.
And I personally think Kenner sued them and said, we can settle if we take the license. I swear that's how I swear. Because during the year, Kenner took it. Yeah, and it all worked out. I love Toy Biz. I'm happy they gave me X-Men. Kenner gave me Batman and Predator and Terminator and Aliens, and
it's a bonkers time to think that like within like the same kind of like almost 1 year span, I could go to the store, I could get Robin, I could get Batman, I could get Catwoman, and then I look over to the left or the right, and I see I can pick up Nightcrawler and Wolverine. I am living in the best timeline. And
there were walls of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Walls.
Yeah.
You couldn't reach. You had to get a parent to look at like under the pegs for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good old days.
I know the path. And my Toys R Us, and of course I'm in the US, so Toys R Us do not exist anymore. My local Toys R Us before closing had undergone multiple redecorations and renovations, and I to this day remember like the path when you would walk in and what I would have to I would have to pass the bicycles, then I would have to pass the baby dolls, then I would make a left and go 2 aisles down.
Yeah.
That was the action figure.
Yeah. Go right to the right, and then there would be real Ghostbusters up in the front
on the
end cap. Yeah, it'd be on the end cap, and then it would be like, then you could see like Batman. Then they remember Turtles like just being brand new and being like not even out front yet, just being in the back wall. Like it's just like I remember. Same here, dude. I can't remember what I did last week, but I can tell you exactly where I was June 5th, 1987. Like it's weird how that works, right? Like
yes, I'm like that too.
That's cool.
Yeah, for me, I think I was in pre-K when Batman 89 came out, and I should not have been in the movie theater that night, but clear as day I can remember it sitting there. My older cousins who were in high school at the time, they somehow convinced, I guess, my mom maybe, or I don't know, to take me along with them because my mom was watching like the 60s series, like in reruns. It would be on TV, and I'd watch it. And I was like, oh, Batman's pretty cool. And so I go to the theater kind of expecting something like that, and then I was terrified of the Joker. Like, just anytime he came on, it was like, especially when he's meeting with the mob. He's got the flesh colored makeup on, and he electrocutes the guy to death. And I was just like, my cousin was like covering my face, and I was just terrified. I should not have been in that theater, but I was there, and somehow I ended up really liking it, I guess, because then I was all about these toys, and family members would start like sending them to me and buying them, and yeah. I know I've talked about it on this show before, but my very first action figure that I've ever had, I believe, was the Toy Biz Batman. And I still remember to this day, the day that I got it. My dad and I went to a video rental stop in my hometown, and they were selling them there for some reason. And he doesn't know exactly, like, I've asked him, like, why did you buy me a Batman figure? And he doesn't really remember, but he says I must have liked it, or, so he picks it up. But to this day, I still have that original figure right here.
Yeah.
Nice.
So awesome.
Yeah.
And the belt is still on.
The belt is still on. It still works.
Square jaw.
He's still got his batarang somehow or another.
That's wild.
He's missing the grapnel gun, and the bat logo has like come off of his armor. The cape is not original. When I was a kid, my grandmother used to make these because I would lose them all the time.
Oh,
wow. So she actually cut this. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's definitely a prize figure. Last time I went home, I took this figure with me, and I made a little mini documentary that I'm still editing, that I'm going to get up in a video about. I took this figure back to where it was bought. It's like a mattress firm or something now. Yeah, my dad was with me, and, we made a cool little video about it. And yeah, so it's definitely one of those very special memories. And what I ended up picking up earlier this year on eBay is, I had to go and get, a carded one too.
Yes,
just
I got one too.
To have
it's so
one
good.
Unpunched.
Wow,
yeah, I know.
What?
And it's
Who's the price tag?
Yeah, it's got a price tag. So this says KB Toys $1.99.
$1.99?
Yep.
Discounted.
$1.99.
The red pin through it. Yep.
Yeah, and it has the same head, because there were different heads on this figure. So it's the same exact one that I had. It had to be the same one. It couldn't have been one of the other ones. And yeah, there's the Batman figure on the back that we were talking about earlier.
There it is.
How wild.
And I did have the I think for Christmas my parents got me the Batwing. So I remember it had like little suction darts on it.
The red ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
The red
Yeah,
one.
the Toy Biz Batwing is really good.
I really liked that it had. So my big thing about the Toy Biz, specifically, it's only the Batwing. The Batmobile, I hated the Toy Biz one because it was a convertible. It wasn't accurate. I need my screen accuracy. The Batwing, I liked the Toy Biz one more. Because I love doing my vroom vrooms, and you had the trigger, like where you could just hold it, so you could, and the Kenner one had that big chunky back because it had like wheels that popped out. So like where the wings were was just like big chunky, and you had like all these missiles that attached. But yeah, I liked that Toy Biz one. That was
Yep.
Memories.
It's funny because you're talking about the for you, Victoria, like the square jaw Batman versus like this one that's more kind of like rounded. And it's one of those things that I remember as a kid, like realizing, wait, there's two different versions. Yeah, here you go. And I much prefer the other one because you got that really defined jaw, whereas this one's like just kind of like almost like baby face.
Right.
And so it always bothered me. But this is my original, one of my originals that I had. But I don't know where the square jaw one went, so I'm kind of disappointed about that. But
yeah, it was a neat little line. I mean, as short-lived as it was, there's still, I ended up with that one Batman figure. I didn't have the Joker, Bob the Goon, but I had that, and then this Batwing. So I had at least, enough to put my Batman figure in there and just kind of play around with it and shoot the darts at my sister or whatever I was doing. But
And then the pincher.
yeah, the pincher was so good.
Yeah, the Kenner one didn't have that either.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And you have Victoria, you have the Spin Master one. Obviously, you sent me the link, so thank you. So I ordered it immediately, $20. Does that have the pincher, or is that like just it's a pretty basic?
It's very basic. I'll grab it. It's very basic. It doesn't have any action features. It's just the cockpit. You put the figure in there, and it has wheels that come down, so that's neat, like landing gear.
Right. I didn't.
So, I mean, that's something.
Yeah.
Do you know what they need to release?
Yeah.
Is this?
Oh my gosh.
So
good. Has that ever come out?
No.
No. Mm-mm.
No. There was also a Dark Knight collection, Wayne Manor Command Center as well, and that never got released. They just ended up saving it for returns. But if you take a look closely, you can see the Joker, his goons in the computer, and
wow. How much did that catalog put you back? Was it
not that much? So, Zombie Sailor, back in his time traveling days, he got like boxes of Toy Fair catalogs.
Wow.
So when he got this, so I was this one, and I was like, well, Ecto Glows are in here, and Beetlejuice, and Swamp Thing, and Robin Hood, and Batman. Like 91 was a big year for Kenner.
Yeah.
And I was like, this one I need. And then on top of that, he's like, well, I have 97 and 96, and I've got 99 as well with the booklet and the DVD-ROM of for the Phantom Menace releases and all that. And he's like, I'll throw it all in there. And he's like, $70. And I was like, sold. I was like, done. So this is one of my grails for just flipping through, because again, we just don't have stuff like this anymore. Now we've got so many people, like talented people, that make books on this, right? Like they're out there. You can find them, right? Blake's one of them from Toy Collector Magazine. He did those three volumes of toys of unreleased figures and all that kind of stuff. Like it's now we have to do the work as adults.
Yeah, right.
Literally,
yeah. For you, yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Man.
That's the new Spin Master one.
That looks really good.
Yeah. So this is the new one.
Yeah.
For $20, it's really like we were saying earlier. I mean, you really can't beat it. I mean, for what it is. The figure's in the cockpit. He fits in there very nicely. I don't know why it's the Batman Returns figure that comes with it, but
yeah, I wondered that.
I
will say, at least they were smart enough. I give them respect for the packaging. They identified that the Batwing is 89 and the figure's Batman Returns. They have two different logos for it, two different colors.
That's good, at least.
Yeah. Oh, so the bottom of the wing is not even hollow. It's sculpted all the way around.
Yeah, it's really thin, but I mean, it has sculpted detail on it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's cool.
Sweet.
I cannot. When you sent me that link today, like, you made my whole weekend. That's my Batman present. It's just, I want all the nostalgia stuff, and the fact that Spin Master is doing it in a relatively close to scale as the originals and relatively as cheap as the originals. I need to have every single, like, give me all of them.
I know.
Get an extra one, make it a steering wheel for your car.
I don't think my car would handle it at all.
Your car only goes straight now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would not be fun. So I guess we'll move in a little bit to the to the Dark Knight collection, because this is when that transition happened between Toy Biz and Kenner. I do have, there's this one website, it's called Batman YTB, and I've been following the site or using the site as a resource for probably like 15 years. And it's still online, which is pretty great. But yeah, they have pretty much like any of the lines up until the early to mid 2000s that you can pull from, and basically it's like any of the any of the old stuff is on there. But they have one. It's by line. It's by movie. And it's really well organized. You can see all the deluxe figures, the vehicles, and all that. So like the Dark Knight collection has its whole line right here. You just click on an image, and well, it pulls it up in a different window. Yeah. But yeah, it's a really neat resource. Like this is Crime Attack Batman right here. And you can look at all the figures, like to check off your list, make sure you have everything. So it's a pretty neat resource to use. But yeah, I mean, those figures, I mean, I don't think I had any of the Dark Knight collection as a kid, but because I think they didn't start making those until the year after, like 1990, I believe.
Yeah.
But when Batman Returns came out, that's when I started getting some of the Kenner stuff. Which I still have, but thankfully they reissued a lot of these, like Crime Attack Batman and Thunderwhip Batman and Shadow Wing Batman, because it's just the regular black suits. It was always really neat to be able to get just like a regular Batman, but then also some of the fun ones to go along with him.
They re-released everything from Dark Knight collection and then expanded on it.
Yeah.
But with the Returns logo and then the artwork on the top of the card.
Yep.
So it's almost like these ones were like, okay, we got these ones done. That's why the packaging is so feels simple compared to the Returns ones. I think these were just to get everyone kind of like reminded, like, hey, we made toys but cooler, and then yeah, exactly like this, and then re-release them. So good.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, the card. I like the different card art. I mean, it's the same figures, but.
Kenner was known for doing that with Star Wars as well. And you know what?
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah.
It almost became a thing, just like collecting the different package. Which package do you have? You know, like the Jokers, you have like 2 different packages. It was just, that was part of the fun. Kenner really did make collecting
there you go
a thing, Oh, those are the 2-packs. That's the Joker with the crazy orange pants.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh, wow. Suncoast Video, I think, is where I saw that.
It's like This is like,
But it came later. These 2-packs came out after Batman or during Batman Forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it says this one's from 2000. So
yeah.
Definitely later. But yeah, there were a lot of vehicles, outside of what you see in the film. They did a lot of like their own stuff, and I think they repurposed. Was it like RoboCop or?
Yeah,
they repurposed some of the vehicles.
Yeah, Batcycle was a repurposed RoboCop, and the Joker cycle was. Oh shoot! It was another what movie was that? It was another adult movie that Kenner just made.
Terminator.
Was it Terminator?
I think
no.
So.
There was a front. The front's different because it had the same,
maybe
same gimmicks.
I could be wrong, but I feel like it was Terminator or something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
But yeah, I remember the Batcycle being RoboCop because I had that motorcycle too, and they just put this flex plastic on top of it. Honestly, I probably have to give credit to Kenner on where I'm at, because I just was very obsessed with the functionality of the figures and why they chose certain accessories, and they're imaginative. The Catwoman, it says comes with a taser, but when you look at the accessory, it's like this big massive thing that clicks on her arm. It's just fun.
It can tase.
It can tase. It's got a thing. It's got a
it's a thing.
There you go.
Sure.
There's that Silverhawks.
Yep, that was right? Silverhawks. Golly.
Yeah, there's a lot of random vehicles that don't really make a lot of practical sense, but in terms of Batman toy line where you just want to throw in a bunch of stuff, I mean, they're actually kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
What was the Batman where he had like a Green Goblin? I
his
thought it
own
was
glider?
Bullet.
Power
it
Wing Batman, wasn't it?
Was that what it was? Where he would
Yeah.
like stand on it, almost like it was like
Yep.
it was Green Goblin, basically.
The bronze one.
Yeah,
This one.
yeah. I thought it was called the Bullet, but
I think I've got that.
this makes me feel so much less alone.
Yeah, this here.
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
that was
And
my
then you
Green
could
Goblin
take-
Batman.
You could take the leg and then basically squeeze it together. Well,
And shoot the missile.
I think, yeah. And
Mhm.
yeah, these are amazing, man.
I love them.
Yeah. And that's one that I did have as a kid was that particular variant.
Yeah.
Check this out, Jason. I got mine right here too.
Yeah,
Gosh.
Nice.
mine's broken. The base is, so I like. It's got a suction cup, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah,
Section cup.
that's right.
Mm.
Power Wing. That's right. Yeah, man.
Now, this did come out during the Dark Knight collection in a black suit, and he had a black Power Wing glider. But it was at the very end of the line, so it's one of the rare figures in the
That
line.
whole wave too is so hard to find.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I actually made an eBay purchase earlier this week. I was really hoping that it would be in time for this. Unfortunately, it's not until tomorrow, as luck would have it. But here I'll just show a picture.
A good
Maybe
Batman
next
Day
week.
present.
Maybe next week it'll be here. But I did pick up
Yeah. Oh man,
the black
Ooh,
Power
you
Wing.
did get it.
Nice.
Mhm.
that's cool. I didn't know they made. Well, I guess maybe I'd seen it. I just didn't even think about it. That one on eBay right now is 120 or better off. Best off.
It's come down. It was higher in recent months. I just kind of been watching it.
There's one for
It was
100.
higher.
I think for me, I really want to get the Shadow Wing on card. Like I've got the loose one, but the Shadow Wing one where you were showing us, he does the wings out. That one's
Yeah.
cool. It's like purple background. Yeah.
It's
That's
such
just
a good
that looks
one.
great in the package too.
It does.
Yeah.
Now they also made a it's not Shadowing, but for Batman Returns, they did an alternate version that was a little more involved. This one right here, the Rocket
Oh
Blast.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, and I did have this one as a kid. I don't know where it went at this point,
That's
but
cool.
yeah, so I mean this one I still remember what it sounds like. Like it's not just the wings, but he also has like a little jet contraption backpack sort of thing.
Wow.
And it makes like a high pitched like scream, like whining noise. Kind of sounds like a Halloween toy from the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, like the laser Batman?
Yeah.
With the
Yeah,
shield,
kinda
the
like
laser
that.
shield.
That's cool. I remember seeing some of those in boxes, but I guess I forgot about that one. And you said it's just the same, the Shadow Wing, like kind of action where the arms go up. too?
Yeah, I don't know if it's
Go ahead and open it, and we'll.
it's not so it's not black. He has like a gray and red, like with red stripes and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you say open it?
Yeah, go ahead and open it so we can see them.
Should we?
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh, you're gonna do it,
Wow.
Jason.
Is it
I
already
mean,
open? It's already
How
hope
often
you
do we get to
sleep
do
at
this, right?
Oh,
I know,
Uh-huh.
I know, I'm breaking a lot of hearts here, but
Oh,
Oh, wow.
wow.
how often do we get to do this?
Wow.
Right.
look how much extra cardboard they use.
Yeah. Screw that plastic-free packaging. And
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's a cool figure.
I doubt the batteries still work.
You don't feel like you need to like actually take everything out. You
It's
didn't
too
even-
late, Jason. You already got me started.
Done.
Okay. You have like
Oh,
3 of
that's
them,
it.
right?
Yeah,
That's
I
a
don't even
really
know.
unique, like the pattern on the suit, like with it being like gray with like
Yeah,
like
let's
little,
get the figure out at least. We
there's
can
like
get the-
little red like dots or something or squares or something. What is that?
I don't know. Let's take the figure out at the very least. So we already come this far. There ain't no
Yeah.
going back.
This is exciting. It's like
We've
Christmas.
changed things forever.
Oh, that's really cool.
I like the paint on that, like the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen this sculpt. And it's like
The grays
it's
is
like
really
plugged
neat.
in on the side too.
Oh, then you can
Whoa.
put the
Backpack thing.
through the actual cape. I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah, so he goes, I guess he pulled the legs together. Yep.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Oh, check this
I've-
out.
I've never seen that one.
I forgot about this. He actually has a wire in his cape.
Really?
No.
Yeah. I'm gonna straighten it out real quick. I know you got to stare in my head for a second.
Take that, Moffex.
I have never owned this. Any of the deluxe boxes I never saw in
You know it's funny, like the term deluxe, like what they were giving us in this, like the original like packaging, even without the box, but like just like the quick change Bruce Wayne. Like
Yeah.
that's deluxe in itself because you got all these accessories.
Yeah.
You also have soft goods
Mhm.
for like
Yeah.
$3.99. Man, that's awesome.
Watch this. Watch this.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Why didn't they ever make this one in like real colors? I'm really jealous now.
Yeah.
You know, you could take this cape off and put it on the real colors, Batman.
You could. I was just gonna say that.
Right.
You know, we could also do. We can do like a Schumacher like version of this right here. We'll just go like that.
With the yep, And then
Nice.
turn around real quick and yep.
Yeah. We'll do.
Yeah.
We'll do the gauntlet
Nipples? Do we have some nipples in there also?
like that.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm here for it.
Oh, that's not
No,
lipstick.
no.
That's just a decal.
Well, that's cool.
That's
I
awesome.
did not know that
The
existed.
wire. Oh, that's
The wire is great.
Yep.
Now
That's
I'm
a nice
staring
touch.
at my shadowing Batman, not thinking he's quite as great as. No, you're perfect. Don't let anyone.
Yeah.
Just put this cape on him, and he'll be like,
You're
he'll be
perfect.
set.
You're perfect as you are.
Yeah, I love you just as you are.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
cool. Well, that was actually really exciting. I'd never seen that. That was
Yeah.
a surprise.
Yeah.
That is cool.
What else are you gonna open?
I think we're gonna stop there. Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
Like this is the last time you're coming on my show.
Yeah.
Nonsense. But I will show you one more thing. I just got to grab it off the shelf. So I did have this vehicle as a kid. This is a repurchase because I don't know where the original one went. But this was a fun one from the Batman Returns line. This was the.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to remember what it was called, but the Bat Blade or something.
Yeah, I think something like that.
But yeah, so like the wings like fold up, and then I think it looks like it's got like a motorcycle. It's got like an engine.
That's
and
cool. Yeah.
Laser blade cycle.
Laser
Laser
blade
blade.
cycle.
Blade,
There you
yeah.
go. And I forget how the wings open.
Reflective
Really
like
don't
little
button
silver lightning bolt on the side.
I like the machinery inside the wings.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat little touch.
Oh, and it's metal vac too.
Yeah.
And he has like this is the matching figure that you would have to buy to get with it because I don't think he came with it didn't come with the figure.
No,
But you
it
had
was
to get-
just that.
Laser Batman
Uh-huh.
and his weird like
Mm-hmm.
thermal suit, I guess it is.
This quilted suit. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Puppy suit.
I don't know if
Different.
anybody is a Star Trek fan here. No, then I'm not gonna.
Yes.
tell
No. Or we're listening.
in Star Trek Generations, the first Next Generation movie, the figures that they released figures based on a part of the script that was never filmed, but made it into the comic book. And it was when Captain Kirk was like parachuting, and the figure they released had the exact same. It was like gray, like quilted basically. And I had that. I had Laser Batman, and I had the Toy Biz Spider-Man that looked like that.
Yes.
And it's just really funny to see them, like, because I was like, oh, these three are a team because they're wearing the same outfits.
That's funny.
I could see Picard teaming up with both of those.
Yeah,
For sure.
that's
I did
cool.
not know that about Generations.
No, yeah. At the beginning, when they Scotty and Chekhov go to basically recruit Kirk or tell him that the Enterprise B, that they want to bring him on to, do the maiden voyage thing. And he's like parachuting and he lands and he gets up and there's Scotty and Chekhov. I'm out nerding myself. This is really. Yeah.
No, this is awesome. No, I love Star Trek.
But they made a toy of it.
That's cool.
Huh. I did not know.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, so this line ran from I guess it looks like 1990, and then they followed it up, of course, with Batman Returns.
Mm-hmm.
And then that line, like we were saying earlier, had incorporated a lot of reuse from the original line.
Mm-hmm.
But then they added a bunch of other stuff to it, figures. They brought back the Batmobile, and then they did the Bat Missile Batmobile.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then also the Bat Ski Boat, which
Bat
is another.
Ski Boat.
Yeah,
Oh, my favorite vehicle.
that was a great one.
As a kid. Oh, I loved it so much. You're gonna bring it up. This is killing me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I had a house fire a few years ago, and this is one that, like, every time I'm on eBay, I'm like, let's just see how much it is, and I can't justify it. But that thing went in the bathtub.
That thing is so cool.
Nice.
I cannot believe. Do you have one open, or is this is just like sealed?
You will hear in a second.
I don't have a. No, we're not opening this one. The box is like really nice. So I'm not opening this one, but
yeah,
it's such a good toy. The toy itself is good. The design is good. It's so pretty. The box art is good.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a pretty.
I've played with it loose. Not that one, but
like as a child.
I remember it was back then. I remember a friend of my grandmother's like son or something came over and he had it with him, and I remember like playing with him with it on the floor and like checking it out, and it was pretty cool.
Nice.
So good.
Did anyone have the Camo Attack Batmobile?
No, you remember that thing?
I have it in the closet.
Dude, remember? I love that thing. That's like, it's one of those things where I love it. I don't know. It's silly, but it's great.
But it was only camouflage on like one part of it.
Really?
Right.
It didn't.
It's
they
not
must
even
have just
really
done
camouflage.
like a spray. Like they must have like had like a stencil, and as it was going through like the conveyor belt, it was just like a once and done tampo. Was it just on the hood, or was it just? It wasn't on the sides.
I think it was just on the hood, and it matches the Air Attack Batman.
It does. Yeah. Perfect. It's exact same black and white and gray. Yeah.
That's not camouflage.
Yeah, no, it's not camouflage. I mean, I thought of it like stealth, like like this, like when you see like army like stealth planes and stuff.
It's like Desert Storm kind of like
like it
modern,
it throws off like your radar, basically, like it's blind to radar and imagery. But yeah, it just looked very cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me pull up a photo.
I like the idea of it.
Yeah, I also couldn't get too many vehicles because that's it. I got suckered in buying the Batman Returns Batmobile, thinking it was different, and it was exactly the same as the '89 Batman. It's the Dark Knight Collection Batmobile. And then like, what was it? 4 months later, they came out with the missile, and I was like,
right.
Well, that's the one I wanted.
Yeah.
And then I got the Bat Ski Boat, and my parents were like, you can't. You have 3 Batmobiles. You can't do it.
And
yeah, right.
And
look at me now.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Look at me now, Dad.
That Camo Attack Batmobile is still bad. That's awesome.
It is cool. Like
It's cool.
there is a similar deco on the Arkham Knight Batmobile
Oh, interesting.
that you can put on it.
Really?
It's similar. I think it's supposed to be like a bat motif, but it's the black and white, so it looks like this a little bit.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
I will say this specific Batmobile was the very first thing that came to mind when, and I think it took me a second to register that it was tan. I think in the theater, I thought maybe it was just lighting, but in Batman Begins,
Mm-hmm.
when they first show the tumbler,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's not camouflage. It's very like geometrical shapes. And this was the first thing I thought. I was like, is this a callback to a toy?
Oh,
and then
that's fun.
and then it like, you know, they went toward it and I realized it was tan. I was like, no, but
Yeah,
in my mind I was like, oh, a fan did that. Maybe
that would be amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun one. And it's kind of like almost like a bit of a consolation prize, I guess. Like today, like if you go on eBay, you can get this one for quite a bit less than the regular version.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
We're
I
all
mean,
like, huh? Well,
Okay.
maybe this is.
yeah, I
Yeah.
own spray paint.
But
Mhm.
I'm bidding against two guys right now, and the price keeps going up. Right? Yeah, live.
the figure in there though, it has a camo patterned figure, but it's a little bit different from the Sky Attack Batman. Like if you compare them side by side, like they're a little bit different.
Okay.
Yeah, one's like white and one's gray, I think.
Yeah, this one's I think a little darker. But yeah, I mean it's a fun one, but it's not. Yeah, I mean it's a neat idea just to sell more Batmobiles, but I mean it's.
You're right, Blaine. The deco is on the top portion. It's not on the sides or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's funny.
I tried to pull it out from the closet, but it's like way in the back. Can't reach it right now.
Yeah, I think I think this one kind of, like I said, my parents kind of capped me out, and you could just tell. You know, my parents are really good. I'm a third generation collector. Like my parents are both collectors, so they were very smart in how they taught and talked to me. And I think that this was one where they kind of explained like this is just like a cheap grab.
Yeah.
Save your money, save your allowance. You're gonna want a vehicle better than this. Like this is just the Batmobile you have with some.
This is a cash grab, Blaine.
Yeah. I had a lot of those conversations. Had to me.
Let's see
So many
here.
memories.
What else do we have? The Batman Returns line had some other interesting stuff, like the umbrella jet with Penguin. Like that's just the wackiest thing, but it's also really cool at the same time.
I hated that the Penguin was like
Was just classic Penguin.
classic Penguin. I'm like, what? It's so disappointing.
Yeah. We never got a Danny DeVito Kenner Penguin ever.
Nope.
It's a
I don't
good
think
and I even remember defending it as a kid. Like it's a good figure for comic book Penguin.
I don't
Right.
even think I didn't even buy that figure. I bought the Penguins, but I didn't buy him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fun.
He is.
I
He's,
how he
fun.
wears the
He's a
umbrella.
great Penguin figure. He's just
Yeah.
not Danny DeVito Penguin.
Not my Penguin. Hashtag
Wow.
not my-
I have the I'm so mad it's over there. I have the Mattel Signature Collection Danny DeVito Penguin.
That's a good one.
Really,
Yeah,
really good.
I've got that too. It's I was really like jazzed when they made those. They made Catwoman, they made Batman, they made an unmasked Batman, and it was really neat to have those. Catwoman's fun too. I got her right here.
Whip action.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, whip action.
That actually really hurts.
It actually,
Sounds like a whip.
Uh-huh.
the whip works.
It works.
I like the lipstick and the purple eyeshadow.
Mm-hmm.
She was always hard to stand though because she actually does have heels.
Mm-hmm. And like a pre-pose like squat. Like you can't just stand her up.
It's such a weird like pose.
And you know what's odd is that Kenner, as many times as they redid Catwoman, they always put her in that exact pose.
Mhm.
But they were brand new sculpts. It wasn't like they were just repainting them.
Yep.
It was that Catwoman, the Long Halloween Catwoman, the animated series Catwoman, they all
Mhm.
had that exact same pose.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Robin's jet foil.
What are you laughing at? This is awesome.
Oh, I love it.
That's so fun.
Yeah. Here's the Batcave.
Mm.
I never had the Batcave. I've always wanted it, and I've always wanted to go back and get like a boxed one, but I think the most recent one I was watching like sold for like $500, and I'm like, it's not the time.
What?
Not right now.
For which for returns or
For returns, yeah.
for returns? Man.
And that's the one I want because that's my favorite of the lines because that's the one I had the most toys from back as a kid.
But I will say there are better, because they're all the same. They just repainted them.
Mhm.
There are ones that have better deco by way of looking more authentic.
Yeah, like New Adventures Batman,
Mhm.
animated Batman. That Batcave command center, it's got like the gray stone.
Yep.
There's
There's like speckled.
Yeah, that's speckled.
Yeah,
So it
nice.
gives it that extra I don't know, I guess depth or whatever, but now it looks like Wayne Manor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are great though. You
Yeah.
really, I highly recommend owning one. It's so much fun. It folds up. The play feature with the Bruce Wayne to Batman turnaround, on the back there's like a little villain area with a trap door and a vat of chemicals, and it's just really, really fun. It's like a action figure version or scale of like a Polly Pocket. Like it's an all-in-one
Right.
like play
That's a
set.
good. Yeah, that's good.
Or Mighty Max.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go.
I did
Mighty
find it
Max
weird
went
that they
straight to
did
the room.
use this again for returns and not returns, but for Forever and Batman and Robin because the figures got bigger.
They didn't do it for Forever because they made that huge one.
Nope, there's one for Forever. It's green.
Of this, really?
Yes, it's a green.
I was gonna say,
Wayne
because I knew
Manor.
they went back to it for Batman and Robin, and that one I didn't like because they didn't really fit.
Yeah, like that's what always kind of confused me. I was like, can the toys actually fit into any of like the chairs or
No,
door?
and the Batmobile couldn't, because then the Batmobiles had the giant back middle fins,
right?
so you could get them like cockpit in, all pun intended.
Just the tip. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, lots of nostalgia for this toy line, and
Yeah.
it's great to still collect it. Like I love like those. I don't do it very often because I'm actively collecting a lot of other things. But when I have opportunities to go back and look for specific things that I want to add, like this is definitely like a cool line to pull from.
Yeah.
There's just so much fun stuff in there, and hopefully one day, probably not anytime soon, but someday in the future, it'd be nice to have like a complete like box set of like absolutely everything in this line. Probably not going to happen, but at least like if I could do all the figures and like the movie based vehicles, I think I'd be pretty content.
Never say never. Never say never.
I know, but then I look around and I'm like, Victoria, I don't know if that's going to happen.
I believe in you.
Yeah. But again, I just got to pull it back up because this is like the prize out of all of them.
Yeah, that is
Yeah, that's
amazing.
sweet.
Yeah.
I got this on eBay, I think in 2018, and it was only like it was like $200. But now when I look at them, they sell for like $500-$600. Just
Wow.
insane.
Crazy.
So like at the time, it felt like a big hit. But now it's like, I got a deal on it.
That's in such good shape too. I mean, man.
I know, it's gorgeous.
It's so shiny. Like it's not even, all of my Kenner stuff is like just dull from age. Like that's pretty.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. And I never had that one as a kid. I had the Toy Biz one that I got used from like a, I don't know, flea market or something, like 2 years after the movie came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we could go on for a really long time and break down every single item. We could go into Batman the Animated Series and
Open up all your stuff.
all that. Yeah, you could do that, but we have been going for quite a bit at this point, so I want to be respectful of everybody's time.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
fun.
any closing thought? I mean, we could always come back and continue talking about it, but any closing thoughts that we want to share about this particular? I mean, we said tomorrow's Batman Day. We're talking about very timely these new releases from Mesco and Hot Toys and Jazzinc, and now the amazing Kenner toy line. Any final thoughts or anything else we want to mention about him?
I love that we each have our own individual like memories, and like the nostalgia hits are different for each of us. But I also love that we're talking about it this further on in our lives, and just with as much like joy and excitement, probably even more like when we were as a kid. So it's just fun to like be able to talk about this stuff with friends and other collectors, and really get into like the nitty gritty and the like all the deep cuts, and even a lot of stuff you all shared. Like, oh, I didn't know that existed. I'm gonna look and see how much that costs right now on eBay. So just the fact that, I mean, this has been for me, like with the toy community and like toy photography community, it's been it really has brought so much joy back into my life. And that sounds kind of silly. Like I found it elsewhere, but I guess the joy of when I was a kid and really just, collecting and kind of having a part of my life where there were other things that took kind of my focus. And so being able to come back into it and find, people like you and like who I call friends, and we collect toys, like it's pretty incredible. So, I mean, and you have a wonderful community that follows you and is here watching with us and sharing some of the same memories in the chat. Like it's pretty wild when you think about it. So I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you top that?
Yeah, how do you top that? I got nothing to add to that. That was perfect.
Right? What's I think a good like leaving thought for me, or not thought, but what I want to know from the three of you is which Batman, Kenner, but it has to be Batman, is your favorite one?
Oh, Arctic.
There's only like 500, so shouldn't be that.
Yeah,
Arctic.
right.
Okay, so yours is Arctic.
Well, if I was going to
Spaceman.
I think if I was going to pick a specific cold weather Batman, it is antifreeze Batman from Batman Animated Series, where he had like the stuff on the abs that made it look like he was wearing a heater. Right. I think it has to be that one with the big shield and everything too.
I would probably say the quick change Batman. It's just because it's like 2 in 1. And I just remember having this, and there was so much play, like just fun being able to like take the suit and then put it on, and like that. It's very toyetic, or I don't know. I mean, it's a toy, but not really. I guess that's kind of the word. But just there's so much value in that figure. Yeah, there's so much value in that figure that you can have just Bruce Wayne, or you can also have Batman, and also that in between, like that. I think that's my favorite one. But probably close second would be the deep dive, just because it's got so many great accessories to go along with it. And now I'm a sucker for that. Like really,
he's a deluxe figure.
He is. Right?
He is
a deluxe figure for $3.99 at the time. So
unbelievable.
Oh, I'm sorry. This was $5.89. Looks like a Walmart tag, maybe.
Yeah.
Come on, anyway. Walmart, you can do better.
Still a great price.
Yeah.
Victoria, which one's yours?
I'm going to be boring. I'm just going to go with straight up Crime Attack Batman.
Nice.
Because because this is one that I had back during the Batman Returns line. And I always really liked this. I thought it was always a lot of fun to play with, and it resembles what he uses in the original movie. Yeah, I mean, is he the flashiest of them? No, but he is the most film accurate, of course, along with Thunder Whip and Shadowwing.
Yeah.
But he's just a basic Batman. He does everything he needs to do. And I love him for it.
It's solid.
Awesome. No wrong answers. There's no wrong
No.
answers here.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say mine. I also would have been. Well, no, this is definitely my favorite one, but Crime Attack is a close second. But the Iron Winch, just because the thought, seeing a Keaton Batman in comic colors, the thought that you could one day see this on screen was so cool to me.
Yeah.
I just really
the two-tone as well. They put the shorts on.
Yep.
Mhm.
Right, trunks. Like it just it's cool.
And I agree with Victoria. Like the accessory was really just an oversized grappling gun. So, oh god, it's so good.
So good.
God, these are so good.
They're excellent. I'm mostly on this channel. I focus on Star Wars probably more than anything else. But I mean, like, Star Wars and Jurassic Park, and then Batman with an emphasis on the Tim Burton Batman films. Like those are like my top 3 like IPs or fandoms or franchises. And I mean, it's a blast to be able to take a deep dive into that range and talk about it with you guys and just kind of remember what it was that really excited us at that time, growing up with these toys and still being able to enjoy them, all these years later. I mean, it's pretty, obviously, a lot of people had these as kids and they went on with their lives and probably never thought about them again. But, they obviously
we're buying their toys now.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, they captured our imaginations and, gave us a lot of joy. And, I love that.
Yeah. They totally
Batman's just so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to end with our final segment here. So the final thing that we always end every show with is brand new acquisitions that we have added to our collections recently. So we're going to go ahead and kick that off right here.
Good. New acquisitions.
All right, so anything that we want to share that we've acquired recently, some show and tell, if you will. Any volunteers to go first?
I'll go.
All right.
It's right here. Many of you know.
Sweet.
Yes.
So unfortunately, it's missing some of the stickers, like the actual Batman stickers. I think whoever owned this was like, "Oh, Batman sticker! I can put that on my Trapper Keeper or whatever." So all the Batman stickers are gone. But I did like that the stickers on the inside were pretty much in good shape. So I had this as a kid. It kind of unfortunately got put away. But this is the custom coupe, and so the full Bruce Wayne comes with this figure, and then what's great is you can kind of slide him in there along with the Batman, and then when you activate, let's see, basically when you activate it by pulling this back, he slides out, and then a new Batman, let's just take it, slides in place. So again, going back to like really just the play, like just so much fun you can have with these. It's just really cool. Oh, I'm gonna mess up my figure. But yeah, the design of this is just great. And then also being able to have not only your quick change Batman turn into an actual Batman. It's just super fun. So this one I picked up recently. So,
Nice.
yeah.
That's cool. I love that toy as well.
Yeah, right. It's good.
Nice. Next.
I can go next.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. It's not even Batman related, but it is superhero related. And I've been getting into collecting these. And I actually had one of the viewers of Toy Anxiety send me one of these. I got the Secret Wars Baron Zemo. He's got his shield there and all his stuff, and it's awesome. And I got Kang as well.
Oh, the best Secret Wars figure.
Those are great.
Right. Oh, these are so much fun. These are so much. I've almost got the whole collection now at this point. I'm pretty close.
Loose?
And that's
or do you
it.
have any
That's
on-
really
do
it.
you have-
It's just the two things.
Do you have any on card also, or mostly just loose?
Oh, I have
Oh, that's one of the
the
best.
Black Suit Spider-Man, my favorite dude,
Oh, that's
Wolverine,
beautiful.
Magneto was right.
That looks clean. Dang.
It's every
So you do have some.
Doctor Doom. Hang on. It's because I
I like
haven't.
that they're just right there
They're just right here,
within reach.
and I've got a boxed Thunder Cycle
That's cool.
as
Yeah,
well.
that's neat.
So I've got some that are loose, some that are on card. Like it's a bit of a mix, but I'm almost there. It is super cool though. And the back of that card,
That's awesome.
we gotta bring window boxes back. He's got to come back. But yeah, no, that's my. I love Marvel, I love DC, and I love Star Wars. Those are my main things. Usually, I just say two things. I love comics and I love Star Wars. So those are my jams. That's it. Yep, that's it though.
Very nice. Blaine, you got anything new?
I ran and I got way too much new. But I ran and got two of my Batman themed ones, and they are McFarlane. And I think these are probably just the two best in the wave. Riddler, just because he's the Jim Carrey Riddler, and and the Robin, who I think is probably the best in the wave. They're not perfect, but
still great.
But we finally got something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll probably do a little bit of repainting on them, just to make them more accurate. But the likenesses are really good, and it's just really fun to see this scale lining my shelves, like with classic Batmans. So I do hope they continue. I hope we get Returns next. It seems like they're going backwards in order.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping Returns is next, and I'm hoping Catwoman is decent.
Oh,
Yeah.
If they make her,
they have to. They made Ivy, and really, I'll give
true.
it to them. My Ivy, I just did, and they made Batgirl. Ivy, I was actually going to post it this weekend for Batman Day, but I just did like a slight repaint, and she looks
pretty good. Yeah,
pretty good. $20
since
worth.
they're doing it in sets of 4, do you think Max Shrek will be one of the figures when they do Returns?
You know, that would be a really, really, really smart Build-A-Figure.
Yeah.
Really smart Build-A-Figure. Yeah, they are in Waves of 4, so it would be Batman, Catwoman, Penguin. I do think that's probably where we're going to get a repaint of Alfred that comes.
Yeah,
with
that makes more sense.
Oh, well, if they didn't do a repaint, I would love it if they did any of the Circus Gang. So if they did the guy with the organ grinder and the monkey.
I want Poodle Girl.
Poodle Girl. Maybe the Ice Princess. Let's throw her
Something
out.
very large, very fast. The Ice Princess. We should absolutely have an Ice Princess. I also think, I really, really, really hope that they're smart enough, and this goes back to the Hot Toys. I really hope they're smart enough to include like the Bat Glider cape. It would just be really great.
Yeah.
Really, really great to have.
Yeah. And I think we finally need a Max Shrek figure after all these years.
We do. We absolutely do.
They should do a double layered packaging, so it's also a snow globe.
Yeah.
I'm asking for way too much. That doesn't make sense.
You're giving somebody ideas, though. That's good.
Yeah, somebody. Take it, run.
Nice. Well, I guess I will go next. And my friends here that are watching along with us here in the chat, let us know what you've got, and we'll read it out in just a bit here. So I only have 2 things to show. First one, I'm finally going to bring up a Star Wars item. So I did get the Blurg. Mando. So I haven't opened it yet, but I've heard a lot of good things about this. So I am excited to get it open probably within the next couple of days.
How many did you buy?
2.
Excellent.
Just 2. Okay, and then this was a cool one. This one's been a long time coming. I had this as a kid. My grandmother My grandma Mary bought this for me when I was, I don't even know what grade. I was little. And over the years, I'm sure I lost it, and I don't know where it is now. But I was thinking about her because she's actually been, not doing very well in terms of her health. And I was like, well, I need to buy it again. So I went ahead and grabbed one on eBay. So I got the Batman the Animated Series
Nice.
Batmobile.
Yes.
Wow.
That's my favorite Batmobile.
It's because it's perfect. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I did pick up the black one. I think it's called the Shadowcast Batmobile from the early 2000s. Basically, it's this, but with black paint instead of blue. But this is the one I had as a kid, so I had to grab it again. And
That's awesome.
yeah, of course, it's in the box and everything. And I'm kind of thinking, I'd like to pop it open and get on the shelf, but I don't know, it's kind of tough. Maybe one day, or maybe I'll grab another one day and to do that with. But
Next time you bring me on, that'll be the one you open.
Convincing.
You got a long list going.
Enabler.
But yeah, those are my two items.
That's great.
Awesome. Those are
I'll
good
run through
pickups.
the chat real quick here and see what everybody is adding. William says, bunch of star cases preparing for the Ghost and Cantina TVC figures. But in honor of Batman, I did pick up a Jada Classic TV series Batmobile and Batman and Robin die-cast figure a few weeks ago.
Cool.
Nice. Mary says, I got the Hot Toys 89 Batman and NECA Bride of Frankenstein monster with chair. Blaine, please make Victor Frankenstein and Chief Brody.
What if I could?
Yeah, I've kind of heard like the Chief Brody one's kind of tough because of likeness issues. I don't know how accurate that.
We had made one, and many people know because it was photographed and put online. We made one, and then the person who has his estate just did not want an action figure of him. So,
what can you do?
What can you do? Maybe they'll change their mind.
You never know. Yeah, it's not a no. It's just they weren't interested. So
you found Tatsu.
Jeff says, I got the Mask Boulder Hill playset. My local here at Toy Shop. Wow. Had it all summer, and I finally had to get it. Always wanted this, and I love Mask. Nice.
Sweet.
Nice.
Another amazing toy line.
J-Dog the Hut. I got the TVC Blurg, Sabine and Chopper 2-pack, Cobb Banth, and X-Wing Pilot 4-pack. It's a nice TVC haul there.
Fancy.
Yeah. Adam says, I would have gotten the NECA Ben Cooper Wave 2 if they weren't impossible to find, but TVC OSHA did arrive.
It's like directed at somebody like, hey.
I know.
Blaine.
I did not personally go over there and click buy for you when they dropped.
Yeah.
I made you wait too long, and now they're on.
Blaine's like, put these out in Ohio first.
Deep Space Center. I also got the Spin Master Batman with Batman Returns figure. Great little set. My McFarlane Batman for our Batmobile also came in. It's pretty rad. Nice.
Cool.
Nice. I'm looking forward to getting mine too. Let's see. Cute Colt. Got the Unico Gashapon and Chase Plum Putin Micro Chibi from Loyal Subject Strawberry Shortcake.
Sweet.
Nice.
Nico B1 got the Blurg yesterday.
Yeah.
Cool. So nice acquisitions here in the chat. You guys, it's been a blast. Thank you guys so much for coming on and hanging out with me and talking Batman and Batman toys. I mean, that's kind of thing I live for. So thank you for making my evening. And
it's an honor to be like synonymous with like Kenner Batman, like the go-to, or I just like kind of lucked out being part of the group. But yeah, this has been so fun, and there's so much more we could talk about. Like you said, we could deep dive even further into the lines. But yeah, this is great. I learned a lot from y'all, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked that they're like, honestly, I know that there are toy fanatics out there, but I didn't know that there were other people who were that into just like the intricacies of and the history of the Kenner line. So
yeah, same here. I was like, I'm not alone.
Yeah, this was so wild. I honestly thought I was going to come in and just talk about, like, Jason and I talk a lot about Batman, like he said earlier. We talk about the Kenners and how much we love them, and but there's this like level of me. It's my spectrum me, and it's my love of action and just like you know, it's what I do for a living.
Right.
So this was really fun to hear other people like know the history of it. This is so cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Totally. Absolutely.
Thank you.
And again, Batman Day tomorrow. So if you're catching this on the replay, hopefully this helps make part of your Batman Day. And yeah, so I just found out today, for whatever reason, they kept this to the last second, but they are releasing those films locally at one of my theaters. That's like my closest movie theater. So I already got tickets for Batman Forever and Batman 89. And I'm going to try to squeeze in Phantasm at some point because they're playing all the way through next Thursday. So I got plenty of time to try and do that. But so, yeah, I'm pretty excited. Batman Forever was the only one of those 4 original films I did not see in theaters because that summer I was working with my grandfather. I was little, but I was working at his car dealership, and I was like washing cars and doing random things. And my brother and sister got to go see it, and I missed it. So I'm going to fix that all these years later. I'm finally going to fix that almost 30 years later. And I'm going to see it in the theater. So I'm very excited for that.
Best McDonald's tie-ins ever.
Yeah.
Those glass cups.
Those fry holders, the art. Right? See? Someone knows.
Good stuff.
It feels so good.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So Jason, where can our viewers go to look you up on the internet?
So you could check me out at WorkMoreOrLess on Instagram, and that's where I generally will kind of keep up my toy photos and any kind of stuff. I really enjoy like sharing BTS and like how I do things. So you can check that out. Also, my website, WorkMoreOrLess.com. I've got a few articles where I kind of deep dive into techniques that I explored more like last year, but that's where you can find a lot of the toy photo stuff that I generally work on. So
awesome, and it's all great stuff.
Thank you.
Blaine, where can they go to look you up online?
I am Blainer Things on all social media platforms. I'm most active on Instagram, and then of course, NECA, the brand I work for, you can follow NECA Official on Instagram. And if you happen to be attending New York Comic-Con, stop by the NECA booth and say hi and talk toys. I'll be there.
Awesome. Good stuff. Ryan, where can we go to look you up online?
All right. You can find me on YouTube on 2 different channels. On Tuesday nights, you can find me on Toy Anxiety at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. On the next night, on Wednesday nights, myself and my buddy Alex Brewer, who some of you might know as Mr. Fan Plastic 4 from Mondo. Him and I have this little show called Gotham City Tonight. And we talk more about Batman. And we just talk more about like comics, and like we do like monthly Marvel. We talk a bit about Marvel because sometimes Marvel I shouldn't say sometimes. Marvel's been putting out a lot of cool stuff since like X-Men's become a focus again, and we're both huge into X-Men. And so that's us too. Plus my friend Alice, we worked on Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse together, so she's on there too quite regularly. And then you just any other toy channel, I show up on a regular basis. Geek Dad Life with Paul Sung Young Lee on Bitter Asian Dude's channel. I'm everywhere. But yeah, that's where you can find me. And then just Ryan Doell 31 on all the socials.
Awesome.
Very nice. And I do have links down below to all of your Instagrams, so our viewers can go and look you up as well. And I also want to mention, I love that 3 of you came in with your appropriate shirts. I'm the lone person out this time, like the bat signal, popcorn bucket. Like now it's me because I'm not in theme, but the other 3 of you are. Even Jason, I know what you're going for there. I think.
Oh, I'm glad you know what I'm going for, because I was trying to think of like, what am I going for, and I was like, this is kind of like reminds me of like the mimes.
Yes.
Right.
I was like, I hope the mimes has stripes like this. That's great. I'm glad you pulled that up. I'm glad that worked out.
So next time we do this, we're all wearing Joker makeup. Is that what we're doing?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
I mean, maybe.
Which is like just like the peach colored makeup, right?
Over right.
The white. Okay. Yeah. I'm doing that today, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I always love that moment where he wipes it off and it's like white, but in reality he had white on the pad and he just put it on.
So clever.
But it works.
I will send you guys in DMs. I will send you guys my 6-year-old Halloween
Oh, yes.
And I was the Joker.
Yes, that'd be
Oh,
awesome
yeah.
to see.
Love that.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys again. It's been a blast. Thanks to everybody in the chat who's been hanging out with us. If you're watching this in the replay, thank you for tuning in. If you're listening to this on Cantina Chatter Podcast, thank you for listening. And yeah, next week we are going to be off, but it's possible there may be a Cantina coffee hour on Saturday morning instead. I'm still working out the details of that to see if that happens. But either which way, it's been a blast, and really grateful to everybody who's been hanging out with us. My friends here on the panel, hang on for just a moment. Everyone else, thank you so much for tuning in. Be well, be safe. Have a great Batman-themed weekend, I hope. And no matter where you're tuning in from, out in the galaxy, thank you for watching Victoria's Cantina Social Hour. We will see you next time. Be well, be safe. Take care, everybody.
See ya.
Thank you. Thank you very much.